Here, I thought it was important to let you know that we appreciate the working environment, the team spirit. We disagreed, we quizzed each other, we challenged each other, but in most instances, we did all of those for one goal: to improve this system. Maybe some of you are thinking that I've forgotten about the reintroduction and relaunch of the secondment program of this ministry. We revived that, and many of those who are senior technicians here benefited from this program. We reviewed that last year, revitalized that. And I'm told, if I get it wrong, let me know, correct me. As we speak, we have seconded young geologists and mining engineers to several companies. And the objective is to make sure that this program was not just for that period, but for it to continue. And the results we are getting are encouraging. It's our 114. 114 we have seconded so far. We are reintroducing the technical student program. For that reason, the policy has been written, the requirement, selection requirement has been written already. And what it will do is that once a student gets into junior class, because you want the program to be such that it's a transitional program, when you graduate, you just get eventually employed by the ministry. We have introduced that standard so that students who are junior students, geology and mining engineering, can have the privilege to be enrolled into the program once they meet a certain GPA requirement. We have done that. We are also pushing, we also have developed a vacation school program, internship program, all of that. So we want to encourage you to continue to fight for these sectors, these two important sectors. Some of you could one day stand right here. Some of you could be deputy ministers, assistant ministers. Some of you could become. So everywhere you are, what you are doing, people are watching you. Don't think you are not being watched. You are being monitored. We are also hoping that the next budget, where possible, we'll be able to look at the salary scale, the salary level across government. We're doing our part to push that, and I'm sure the new management team will continue to follow up on that. So that a director in Ministry of Mines and Energy, a director in any other ministry can receive the same salary. Same across for assistant directors. Same across for engineers, depending on their different levels. So this is what we are doing. We have started, and I believe as Liberians can always say, the sky is the limit. On this note, I'd like to thank all of you for the privilege and the opportunity of having worked with you people. I'd like to thank all of you. And it's, I don't know how else to express it. I appreciate it, and I'm proud of it. Those of us who are leaving, and then as you all know, I always say to you, what we have, the titles we have, do not make us any more important than you. And these are borrowed coats. And when the coat you borrow to wear, or somebody lends you to wear, does not belong to you. And so there is no special time to ask for it. The one lending to you is the one that determines when he or she can request for it. They can even see you walking in the street and say, please give my coat. That's why when you are wearing a coat, a borrowed coat, you wear a t-shirt under it. So by the time they say, please give my coat, hey yo, and you can go. You can go. This morning we met at senior management level, and then we have a number of things that we said we should do for transition. And the administration and the departments, various departments are we're going to be in touch with them to be able to do that handover note, prepare, get the asset inventory on the assets of the ministry, vehicles, equipment, everything, and the current financial position of the ministry, the accounts, our appropriations, the allotments, the disbursements, the procurement processes, the status of all of those, our personnel, current personnel strength, where the gaps are, and what instruments we have introduced, those that are pending, what needs to happen before the end of the year, in this fiscal year, and all of those, we as a management team have already agreed on the steps to take so that the new team will come and know where to begin from. So I want to thank all of you for this moment. Thank all of you. I want to thank personally the President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Joseph Yuma Boakai Sr., who gave us the privilege. It is a privilege to serve one's country. Of the more than 5 million people in the Republic of Liberia, to have been selected and entrusted to manage two important sectors of our economy is a privilege like no other privilege. And I want to thank all those across the two sectors. Through the Mineral Sector Working Group, which we launched last year, which is functioning. The Energy Sector Working Group, which we established last year, which is functional. And all of these different instruments and means of improving our organizational efficiency and effectiveness. We want to thank the stakeholders in the mining sector. We want to thank the Chamber of Commerce. We want to thank the large-scale mining sector, the big industries, the elephants in the room. We want to thank the medium-scale industry operators, Class B mining operators, license holders, the exploration license holders, the artisanal and small-scale mining sector, the cooperatives across this country, the different communities affected by mining activities, energy stakeholders, the Chamber of Mines, the Brokers Association, the Dealers Association, the Mining and Mining Engineering Student Association, the Geology Student Association, Women in Mining, the University of Liberia through the College of Engineering, particularly the Department of Life Sciences and Mining Engineering, or the faculty members, the leader, the administration of the university, with whom last year we even signed a memorandum of understanding. We want to thank our colleagues in the cabinet across government who work with us, the civil society, the multi-stakeholder group of the Liberia Extractive Industry Transparency Initiative, our colleagues across other sectors who work with us, who are stakeholders in the environment, members of the legislature, particularly the chairpersons and members of the standing committees on the 2 critical sectors that we have worked in. We want to thank the media of Liberia, very inquisitive media of Liberia, which kept us reminded daily about events and activities, the different communities across this country, the local government people. We want to thank all of you for standing with us, for supporting us, for embracing transformation, for accepting our belief, our one firm conviction that transformation is possible, that Liberia's destiny is not perpetual poverty. That a country so endowed by God with superabundance of mineral resources cannot be a poor country begging all over the world for nothing. We want to thank all of you for believing in us, but the journey is not over. Being an eternal optimist, I am very, very assured, and I want to encourage you to live with it, work with this, that this country can be transformed. This country, the same veins and blood and mental capacity that God has given to countries that our people are rushing to, He has endowed us with that same mentality, and we can transform it so that young people can get opportunities for employment in their own country. You Liberians deserve that decent life that people are seeking abroad. Today, irrespective of our differences, our disagreements, we have that one thing in common: the Republic of Liberia. This is what we must fight to transform, for even if in our lifetime we cannot see that, but let our each moment of action contribute to the realization of this vision. And this is something that some of us are personally committed to. And I want to thank all of you and wish you all the best in your professional endeavors. I wish this ministry all the best. We are leaving the ministry, but we are in the Republic of Liberia, and we remain interested in seeing not just a ministry standing here, but the dream, the vision we have to establish offices, not just to open buildings and rent them, but to have complexes established across when somebody goes to Maryland County, they know that there is a Ministry of Mines and Energy in the Republic of Liberia, where the small-scale miners will have access to the system, the digitalization, and all the technology that we are fighting to introduce is possible. Nobody, absolutely nobody, no anybody somewhere sitting in any part of the world can build this country. The world does not owe Liberia a levy. The world does not owe Liberia a levy. Each generation of Liberians owes a levy and must prepare the next generation of Liberians. In our time, we prepare and make it easier for the next generation. So those of us who have the opportunity and privilege to serve, let's serve with the understanding that I am a pioneer here. And pioneers are people who open the way for those who will come after them. Pioneers do not concentrate on themselves. Pioneers focus on what is ahead of them. So I want to thank you. I want to thank this opportunity to serve. And I tell you, I'm leaving this ministry, my colleagues and myself, Carlos, Oliver, and I, and those who are in the leadership currently, who are remaining behind, we are fulfilled. Wherever life will take us or meet us, this ministry will always be in our thoughts, in our minds, and it will be our desire to see this ministry continue to soar, to fly, to shine, to perform and outperform and overperform to achieve the purpose for which it was established. I want to thank you. I want to thank God for all of you, and I appreciate you for the time. God bless you. God bless you.
And I want to thank God for all of you. I want to appreciate God for all of you. I want to thank God for the time being with the Ministry of Mines and Energy. That was the voice of former Minister William Pay of the Ministry of Mines and Energy speaking to the staffers and some officials of government on the 28th of this month, giving his farewell message to the people of Liberia. Again, folks, we'd like to say good evening to all of you and welcome this evening to BKS TV, and welcome to the Heat Hour program here on BKS TV. On the Heat Hour, we say dialogue and not confrontation. We say words and not bullet. In today's edition of the show, we'll be hosting Chairman Billiton Lila. I think I'm getting that right. Chairman Billiton Lila of the Rescue Brigade Media. If I'm also getting that right, they will be our guests here tonight on the show, and we will be discussing national politics. Recently, the office of the vice president came out to denounce some group of people calling themselves, I don't know, the vice president intellectual mouthpiece or something like that. But how we will get to ask these folks whether or not the rescue mission knows about them, or we are anticipating their denouncement too at any point in time. So we're going to be asking them all of the questions and all of the difficult ones to us. Well, I'm pretty sure they will expand deeply on the rescue mission projects. When I say projects, I mean the developments across Liberia. Therefore, we will be bringing them on very shortly so that we can dive into today's edition of the conversation here. We have approximately 3 minutes on this segment. Tell us where you're monitoring us from this evening. your name, your location, and let's recognize you on the show too as well. And I would like to say very big thank you to Mr. Jay Bantu of Voice of Tapeta for always relaying the show on Voice of Tapeta in Tapeta City, and the management of Radio BKS in Buto Town for also relaying the show too on Voice of BKS in Buto Town, Nima County. Again, folks, we'd like to say good evening and welcome to the Heat Hour program here on BKS TV. On the Heat Hour, we say dialogue, and our confrontation, we say words in our bullet. So we'll be bringing the rescue brigade folks on very shortly, very, very shortly. We're going to be bringing them on. Just stay with us and keep sharing the show with somebody. Invite somebody to listen alongside you, Vic Ceiling. Chairman DK, where is here? DK, good evening and welcome to the show. I saw the CEO in the back. DK, how you doing, Chief?
Why you giving me chairman name for?
That bad do again. Y'all the booyah people you get problem.
Yeah, give me chairman name. Eh man. What's up again?
You get problem.
So what going on, John? What do we have? Who coming today?
We have the folks from the rescue brigade. They will be our guests.
What kind of brigade?
The rescue brigade.
Which party are they from?
So they will be joining us now. Don't worry.
Where are you rushing from, man?
You get just bring out a player, just get a brigade. I think chairman he get to me now. I have to stay my ground. Okay,
no,
I need.
They are
oh, okay. So why is Merman? Is Merman supposed to join us too, right?
He's in the back. He's in the back.
Yeah, that's paying with the brigade.
Yeah, I think Merman for CMC, right?
Take out your cap. Don't wear your face camera on our show.
So our guest is in the back. Let's be fast with this segment and let's go to him. CEO, good evening, welcome to the show. What's on your mind this evening, Chief?
What's on my mind? I mean, I've been talking it over and over. I keep saying, Chairman Pay, and not Chairman, but Minister Pay, Honorable Pay. I listened to his farewell speech today, both clips from the start all the way to the end. I must say that he's one of the leaders that I think we all should aspire to be. You could tell from his voice a little bit of frustration. You could sense that he had a lot of things that he put in place that were undone, and he was leaving them undone and leaving abruptly. I listened to all of the system that he had in play, from the school. I mean, he did extremely well. He had a plan, a roadmap for the ministry, and unfortunately, he was not able to complete that. But the good thing he said was he's hopeful. He believes in Liberia, and he believed that the next leadership will be able to implement that. And I really, really admire him. I have admired him for a very long time, but today showed a really great statement. I mean, all the Nigerians to be proud of him. Sense of leadership, direction. I really, really admire his speech today. So that's why on my mind. Chairman Pay's farewell speech today was very touching, inspirational, and something that we all should be able to learn from. And hopefully even the current leadership to also to learn from that, other leaders. But I really admire that. And then the quote that he made about this whole government job, and I think this should send a message to everybody in leadership now, be it from Nimba or from around the country. Government job is not forever. Like he said, it's like a borrowed quote that you borrow from someone. The owner, whenever they're ready, they can pull it out anytime. That's what government job is. And anytime they call you out, and when you're out there, make sure you do it the right way, but also keep in mind that there's tomorrow. So yeah, I admire Minister Pay, and he has always gained my admiration. And today's speech even took it to another level.
Thank you, CEO. For me, I actually like the quote. When you are serving in government, it's like a borrowed clothes. You should always put something on it because tomorrow you will take it off. And when it is your time to take it off, make sure you have something there to cover up your body. So that was great from him. But I'm confused, I'm still confused as to whether he was dismissed or not, because we haven't seen on the executive mansion page that he was dismissed. And during his speech too, he didn't mention some of those things. But with the short time that he served at the Ministry of Mines and Energy, he did extremely well, and I must appreciate him. With all of the information that we are gathering, if those are information that they dismiss him for, then when these things happen in Liberia, some of us would never forgive this government for those things. We would not. The DK government here, and I'm saying it before DK. So if those things are true, and under this new minister regime, those things happen, that means Liberia would never get better anytime soon. But DK, let's hear you shortly what's on your mind. Let's bring the chairman on.
So, so John, having squared it, put it with Whitmore, we have this this thing in our country that when they appoint you, you need to empower people, which is true. But the empowerment that most people speak about is in the form of just hiring anybody to come and work. Some of those points about Chairman Pay are genuine and genuine about empowering your own people, building your own army. But the intentions of those suggestions and call are not patriotic. It's just where you build yourself, make people, so that tomorrow the people will do, which is good. Others did it and were beneficial to them. But like having said, I know this big brother. There are few from Nima. I remember, was that 2016? Somewhere between there when God referred to women as, he said, this brother is equivalent to 2 PhD. So women history for Charles Taylor, he was NUSA president, and look, if you want any bold person from Nima, one of them is women. And so the only person that can compare his character with women will be Tiawa Gongo. Okay. Nobody personally in Nima that you compare their character. When you put Tiawa here, you put women here. That fact, anybody like it, the thing they will say about them will not be when that people supposed to follow. They are giving you away, you go. The police are giving you away. So that who women is. But here is my disappointment. My disappointment is with Omen Bwaka. Look, there's nobody that rebranded the Unity Party and branded Bwaka political career. Nobody besides women. They God denied himself with everything and stood before the power that be. No. When Ellen was in her prime, women stood, rejected to work in his own government as National Secretary General of the Unity Party. In fact, because of Bwaka presidential ambition that women were putting together, and he opposed women becoming chairman of the party at the Bangla Convention. In fact, when everybody decided that they were going to vote women, Eddie brought Eugene Nangbe and talked to all the party leadership people in government and say, you guys are about to disgrace me. Let me just get women here. But because women knew that Eugene is a spy, they just gave him the secretarial job and he could not survive. Women had to do that to protect Bwaka. And so I will give it again to Bwaka. That ministry, there were a lot of people that wanted that ministry. And Braga look up and down and say, I will give it to women. I want for women to transform. But let me tell you, there are pressured top government officials around Braga, in top places, in Nima, everywhere, that the minerals company, the mining company in Liberia, they're renting equipment with their people. So when you work with that kind of institution and you cutting some of their bad deeds, the very powerful people will come against you. And so President Bagatu Hacha, who friend, a lot of people that in age, he just want them to benefit before they die. So those people around Baga, when they see somebody transforming that kind of sector, they will go against you. But nobody in that time will feed them. Yeah.
The rescue brigade here tonight.
All the current government officials from the legislature, all of them get company that renting trucks, equipment, with all the mining company from Kemo to Nima to Lof, all the places that you have mining company operating. They are legislators, powerful people in the country, renting trucks, equipment. So when somebody there and know everything and start closing all the holes so that the benefit will come to Liberia instead of individual. They are powerful. They will use their money, their connections, and everything to fight back. So women, like I told people before, women was a victim of circumstances thing around the president. I know the president himself is not feeling good about the women. John, where in the world that somebody was dismissed? 2 dismissal brother did that they even criticizing him as women and young Dubai. When you get rid of your best for Mumu, people criticize you for that. So that's all I can say about women. When it comes to intellectual, when it comes to the fighting spirit, nobody will tell you they dismiss women because of corruption. But you know what? Most of our brothers there from Nima who said they don't have the credential we don't have. They are all single friends. They that they put thing. Some of them will say, oh yeah, we need to unite the country. We need to speak. When they took Obokura from there, what year they gave it to? They took women from there that Tingman they giving it to. When they took Michael Slawu from there, they give it to the other man, they fire too. Like how Nima is. So that you're not hear them talking nothing again. Don't take that serious. And so my problem with my party, and now we're other people. So like with Unity Party and there are people whatever they want to do that their business. But the party will be there. I'm in Unity Party because the chicken you see in Unity Party, that chicken from Buyao. That chicken you see in our Unity Party logo, that chicken is from Buyao. So I don't care what they do, will be there for our chicken. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much, DK. This is the picture of Minister Pay, former Minister Pay, and current President Boakai doing the campaign.
And that was 2017 campaign, I believe so.
Great. So I mean, a lot has happened. We don't know what happened between the two people, but we are hoping and praying that maybe the reason will be given to the public so that we can stop the many speculations going around. Our guest has been in the back for a very long time. We need to bring him on, but let's do this for him very shortly. Afonso, good evening and welcome to the show this evening. If you don't mind, let's bring on the guest and all of us can quiz him here tonight. Please bear with us.
Thank you very much.
Great. And so let me say good evening to you, Mr. Is it Bilton?
Yeah, Bilton. You got it right. Bilton.
Great. Bilton, it's good having you on BKS TV Heat Hour show here this evening. and it's great to have a conversation with you this evening on the show. Let's start the conversation with who you are, your name, where you hail from, your professional background, and all of that.
All right. Thank you very much. Like you rightly said, my name is Bilton B. Lisala. I hailed from Nema County.
Bilton, your volume is low. Can you raise it up a little bit?
Okay, I can't.
I don't know. Is it okay? No?
Yeah, much better. Yeah.
Okay. So sorry. Okay. So sorry. I'm using phone. My computer is. So okay, like I was saying, I'm Bilton B. Lisala. I hail from Nema County, district number 8, specifically the Lao Bell Ganwing Town. I graduated from Carterton with a BA in public administration with emphasis in management. Currently,
The National Oil Company of Liberia as acting public affair officer from the National Oil Company of Liberia, NOCA. I am the current.
Bilton, I think you still need to work on. You still need to check your. Is it possible that you can drop the line and rejoin us again?
No, I think what happened is the volume on your phone is at the bottom. So when you set it up, and then the volume.
Yeah, but it's set up. I just carry on the last, something.
Okay.
So I don't know.
It's okay.
This is the last volume. I just resort to the last volume. Am I live?
Yeah, you are.
Are you guys getting me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so okay, like I was saying, I am the current chairperson for the Rescue Intellectual Brigade, a pressure group established in August 2020, 5 years back. We are a pressure group. Before then, we were just media response team. We were defending all of our government or county officials in government. And then later on, because of the collaboration between the MDR and that of the Unity Party, so we decided to upgrade our name now as Rescue Intellectual Brigade, because we also went into an election. We were serving in that election, and luckily for me, I became victorious. So because in that election, there were people from different political backgrounds, the ANC, CDC, and then we went through the election, and then so we won the election. So fortunately for us, we won the election with 6 elected officials. The SG, the mobilization and recruitment chairperson, and the rest of the guys. So we have been working in Nema, though we are not based there permanently before. We got a little job, here, but we in and out, even this weekend I'm supposed to be going. I'm just, hoping that I will get what I'm expecting. Because normally we'll have a meeting with our guys, and sometimes we'll have a meeting online. And Bilton, Bilton being in the corridor. Bilton is not strange to the Nema politics. Bilton is not strange to most of the happenings in Nema, even on a social level. I mean, we been around, so we are not strange. When we saw this invitation from the CEO, Mr. Arvin, I was so glad to have accept it. And then one of my colleagues at the National Oil Company, Jessica S. Miame and I, we are together. So Jessica encouraged me. I've been seeing this online as well. Once upon a time when I saw the link, and then I think you people were talking about inviting Edwin Corden. I don't know the next day, something like that. But then I dropped the line because I needed to talk to my CEO, needed to have some discussion offline. So I actually didn't follow in duty. And again, we've been visiting the radio station in Buyao, and so I'm glad to be on the platform today. Seriously, I'm glad to be on the platform live, to discuss some of the happening. And to that drive you through, I hope my interaction with you guys will just be restricted to my activities at the Rescue Intellectual Brigade, not from the National Oil Company, but I just thought to bring that so that
it is good to know each other from maybe from our little background as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Chairman Blayton Billy Silla. It's great having you on the show here again. Welcome to BKS TV. Now, let's
Thank
start
you.
the conversation with the motive behind the Rescue Brigade. What's your aim and objective? And over the years, what have been your workings within the country so far?
Okay, so this group is just it is still a NEMA based group. We intend to enlarge it. We also have another sub branch in Senegole, but we give birth to that branch. So like I said from the intro of my explanation, we said we were media response team, but because of the collaboration, so our intention is to always promote our NEMA officials, those of whom are in government. Like for example, the superintendent, some of the good work she's doing in the county. We go online, we talk about it, we let the public know what this board under the GMB son is doing. We intend to do those things, but right now, as like I was saying to the CEO, that I think yesterday, we have a little challenge in terms of equipment with written letter. But however, when it comes to human resource, we've recommended few of our guys, to some top government officials. Some of them are benefiting a little, thing from this government at the expense of the Rescue Intellectual Brigade. And we intend to do more. Even as I speak, we were fortunate to have spoken with Unity Party National Chairperson, Luther Tabe. He promised us, because the guys are men, remember when before the election, we were around 16 to 21, but after member we were 17 actually. But after the election, we did some recruitment, and then during the recruitment process, my recruitment mobilization chairperson informed me that we've had 135, let's just say 130 members. The 5 persons have not purchased their form yet, but so that's why sometimes after every two weeks, more I go to NEMA, assign those who are paying for the form, we officially omit them into the organization. And we are recruiting, for the purpose of 2029, actually, because there's a name that we build together. Like I was saying, we decided to incorporate a lot of people, whether you're from the ANC, the CSC. When you are willing to be with this mission, we incorporate you. We purchase your form. You go through all the screening from the office of the mobilization chairperson, and then thereafter you send it over to us. Ask you 1 or 2 questions. We omit you, and then we keep the ball running. Every Saturday we have our meeting, and sometimes if it is necessary, then sometimes the body will request for my appearance in NEMA. And so now I will talk to my madam, and then she will allow me to go at the excuse. I go on car, I go to NEMA. We resolve some of those issues. Sometimes they will find some loophole in NEMA, Ganta, anywhere. We'll use our influence, talk to some government officials, and then they will grant all that permission, and then people will go through. There are most of our folks who were recommended to some of those sub-government ministries or agencies in the country, even though the status has not been regularized financially yet, but we are still, hopeful that things will happen, because we are looking at the bigger picture for 2029. But how do we succeed for 2029 when we are not together? This time, it is not a time of a sedition. This time, it is not a time for an ASC partisan. This time is not the time for ACOM partisan. This is the time for NEMA County unity. So that's why we decided now, saying this is the case, don't try to incorporate. And I'm so glad, because some of the guys who always on the radio call, so now we call who start supporting all of the political parties, they have always called me, Chairman, I want to buy my phone, I want to join a group. And so now I tell them, you don't just join a group like that, not because maybe you get my number or you know me. There are procedure that we are putting into place that you got to follow. You go to the mobilization recruitment chairperson, we will screen you, and we have to do our own background investigation. Because one of the good things is, you wouldn't want to incorporate somebody that has a very bad character or a tainted character into your organization. So that's one thing I'm very careful of. I always told my guys, when John Brown comes here, we will screen that band, we make sure we put you on the radio station, we'll talk, we'll play with your name. And then we just want your background to be clear, and then we start moving. So we are intending to enlarge this group. We are intending to have our sub group in the 15 sub political divisions. But like I said, we are a little bit challenged for now in terms of funding, because doing those things, is very capital intensive. If you say, for example, the 15 counties you want to have the rescuing, that people are there waiting. But should I go there now as chairman? I appear on one of the biggest radio, the counties, do the publicity. People coming to meet me, and then they would need a lot, so
Bilton, let me ask you a question there. Bilton, this is Alvin here. It was good talking to you when you and I spoke, and I think you voiced similar concern. So
okay.
The group that you have that you're running, is this something that is sanctioned by the rescue team or the leadership?
Thank you very much. The reason I decided to wait till you bring that question in is that I don't want my focus to be like Team Publicity to defend my group because of what maybe somebody or some unknown group members are doing. This is Liberia. Anybody can go and find another group. Remember, somebody will even go and say, Big FN, I know that maybe just change one or two letters in your nomenclature. But however, it's level you as CEO or any of your workers to go and defend that. Now, to the point. I think on Tuesday morning, normally I start doing my research from 3 o'clock in the morning. From Tuesday morning, when then my RT coordinator sent in our group chat this logo that almost appears to be like our logo, almost again like the Unity Party logo. Because our logo is, we got the green, all the rectangles are in green, and then we got a white circle, then we got a little bird taking something. So when we got the Rescue Intellectual Brigade motto, in my unity. But when he sent it, I look at it and then he said, Chairman doesn't need that you respond. This, we came across this, the office of the vice president, the COS president a disclaimer. So there's a need that because we bear almost the same name. So when I saw it, it says Vice President Jeremiah Kpankun Intellectual Response Team. So there, I said, you be an RT coordinator for us. You did all of our RT way, you did all of our setup. Have you come across this group before? He said that what surprises me. That's why I decided to send it to you so that because I don't have the mental authority on the game. So I said, what we'll do, that's a name that we react, we do a disclaimer to as well. So immediately, I called the office of the vice president. I said, I saw your link, I saw your communication. He said, yeah, because your group is rescuing the ledger, but which one is saying that is not as well? We will distance ourselves from that. While it is true that we are using almost the same nomenclature, but we are not the one. We don't know this group. We don't know where this group come from. Brother Alvin, you can call anybody, even my good friend and brother, council member who is on the show, knows me very well. I've always been in the media in Nima. I've always been there. In fact, I was co-chair to two of my predecessors, one Michael Noah and one Evans Gwe, and later I became acting chairman. That's how I said there's a need of wood, and that's how I won election. So the name Bilton is not strange. So for some group of people to just come up with this kind of nomenclature and say, and then linking it directly with the vice president's office, saying the media team or a response team, that's what baffles all of us. So even as we speak, tomorrow morning I will be appearing on VOG by mobile phone, maybe from our office. It should have been today, but really told me how to guess from JEP and a lot of and the rest of the people. Some photo came from the mechanic background, the racing. So I said, well, we can do it tomorrow because that's the name that our people know. Because it almost like my name is Bilton. And somebody who can say that name is Bolton, but somebody may not know the difference. The two different letters missing one. And then when someone say, I want this thing, I'm building, but my energy don't want here, you better tell our phone, and it has to do with our character. You cannot have a seated vice president and who is the vice president honor a president, and then you say you have it. So for me, I'm now speaking for the office of the vice president, but I'm speaking as brigade chairperson. I'm defending my group because anything happens for that tomorrow. Remember, why didn't you call the SEO, the co-chair, and the rest of the people? You decided to extend the invitation to me because it's not just a strange name. Even though myself been wishing to see, I've heard your name 1 or 2 occasions. I haven't seen you before, but I've been following this your platform, though not to the letter, but at time a big chance, I see. But it's a pleasure having you. So I want to say to all of you people, DK, this group is a pressure group that intends to promote anybody. Somebody want to be on your child, and you're not supposed to do that. We're going to radio. We say, even when there was this issue between the former superintendent Nelson Kwekwe and my own district brother Avin Sene, this group stood tall and told Nelson, even though you are superintendent, but what he did with Avin was not right. And definitely the core rule in favor of Avin, and later the core, Avin to best. So these are some of the workings of this group. We are not there to create tension among people. Why they choose that we are politicians? Some of these guys, in fact, most of my group members have the various support, or the chief, the supporter, the political leaders from the various districts in the county. But when we come as Rescue Intellectual Brigade, we speak with one voice. So there is no group called Intellectual Response Team for Vice President Jeremiah Kun. And we are Rescue Intellectual Brigade that intend or seeks to promote any other Nibayan who is doing good. Any other Nibayan who wants to see our country downfall. This group was the same group who even flagged the issue of the former president not going to Nimba for the fact that he made our vice president, our senator, then representative Honorable Koga, Honorable Minister Kopa, when you refuse a handshake, I was the one who spoke on the DN news, and then I was interviewed, it went viral, and then people called me and said, "We're begging you to talk to your boss." And that will allow former president, we had to go to Nimba. But not that we hate him, but to see. So there are a lot of things that they have been doing. So my brother, even Junior, I believe that maybe Junior may be inbound. You ask anybody, the late Kekula who was in second base, most of the guys, most of the generally they know me. In fact, for that, people don't even know.
I'm inbound. I mean, it's on a hidden area.
Oh, okay, I see. So most of the guys, some people don't even know. All people just take me because I almost every time on the radio when I was in Nima, I always sending the text messages, promoting most of our leaders who are doing good. So all people who don't know, they will always take, they know the difference, will always take me to be a journalist. So this is what the group is intending to do, and this is what the group is purposely for. When as I speak to you, Bob Kato is a very good friend of mine to see her based in here because, like I said, we all of us supported this government. That's why you see the name Rescue Intellectual Brigade. But as it stands, most of the guys are not benefiting. My group members, during the time of the election, right after the election, we had a meeting. We submitted a paper to a lot of government officials. We categorized our listing into 3 categories. Those that said they wanted a job, those that said they wanted scholarship to go to school, and those that said they wanted money to go to business. So all this thing that we're talking to people, see how better can help the guy. Myself, my Sunday drop, look for small thing, say, "Oh, gentlemen, you do that's but it's not sufficient. We still need an extensive help."
Thank you, Jeremy. Let's come in there and make the conversation more interactive this evening. I listened to you very carefully, and you lamented on so many things that your group is taxed with in Nimba. I want us to start with the legal aspect of your group. From what I gathered from your explanation, it seems that you are an advocacy group, and I wanted to know whether or not you've been registered with the Liberia Revenue Authority. You have all of your paperwork, your legal documents for you to operate this tax in Liberia.
Thank you. At first, like I said, we were just media responding. We were just calling randomly, somebody does go oh, thank God, thank you. The person did well. So by this time, as I speak to you now, we are writing our article of incorporation because I've seen now that people are willing to join the people as I speak to you, because when we were 17 to 21, and before then, we never had article of incorporation. But with the kind of people that I'm seeing, that every time people calling me, "Mama, want to join your group, want to join this group, want to join this group." So I deem it necessary to run after all these documents, all these papers, to see how the group can be registered between now and at least the end of this year, so that we can get all of our papers work done to legitimize, our operations. That one of the reasons for which you see I'm a little bit hesitant of extending the group to the 15 sub-political divisions, because I want, when I leave from here to go to Grand Bazaar, I'm going as a screener. I want to tell the people, a copies of my people from LRA, a copy from my people from SYZ Ministry. We are a legitimate, institution. We are well known, and so forth. Until then, we are still a NIMA-based group. We are working on these people. We got other people that are helping, or other legal people that are helping from the legal background at time. Before they come to us too, they are very much engaged. Everyone is busy at times. Some of the old men I can meet them on a Saturday. And Saturday too is a time to myself to can do my 1 or 2 assignments, respond to email, all of things. So it's a difficult thing, even though, but moving gradually. So we are working on that. But until then, it is still a NIMA-based group. I'm working on all the documents.
Thank you. It's great to know that. That leads me to my next question. In NIMA, we have so many groups protecting. Let me tell me, as the vice president, recently a new group was established called the NIMA Solidarity Movement that is intended to protect the vice president. But according to the founder of the group, they are also there to protect other politicians, like you said. Now, why is it that only in NIMA County we're forming all of these groupings to protect an individual instead of us focusing on the better good of Liberia, put aside the politics since campaign has passed, but we're still creating this group to protect the vice president? Are we desperate for position?
So thank you. I think if you got me right for me, I did not just restrict mine to the vice president. I said this group is a pressure group. Its intention is to promote every Nibayan who is doing good. Even if you, as a Nibayan, if you do wrong, we say it. If I tell you there was a press statement written by this same group that was supposed to be published out there, but then 1 or 2 officials call me and say, no, you're leaving, they will face it. I don't want to call name. That's how we leave it. So for all, we are not tied to a specific person for now to say, oh, even our brother Alfonso, when Alfonso was in the comment section, what Alfonso, when he does some of the good things, we say it. When there was a time where people alleged that Alfonso, maybe they say he took money from one of the cold storages, there, we won't read it, when we knew that it was not true, we flag it up. And that was just media, I got a media responding. So, I mean, to answer your question, that tells you or any other person that NIMA and Nimbayans are fight-sighted people. We are not just developmental oriented, but we are fight-sighted people. We always love peace. We are there to promote our own. Anybody who is in government, even Jesus Christ, if Jesus Christ comes down today, Jesus has a womb. He came from where? Heaven. So President Burger, who is the president today, he came from here from Lofa, but he's the president for the country. The late Senator Johnson, he was one powerful man, one powerful politician in this country. Nobody can argue that. But he had. So you have a political based group, the MDR. The base of MDR is NIMA, but then he decentralized it. So that's the same thing. And then the buying and go and form another group. People in NIMA can even form group and say they're supporting they are a direct supporter of the president. Or any other minister, direct general, any other. Even Jackie Kodoba that today, people are crying from Jackie yesterday, Jackie used to kind Ganda, but there were all of people there who formed a group. I forgot the name, they were just supporters of Jackie. They say they admire how Jackie moves, how he does things. So that tells you that the Nibayans are fight-sighted people. We don't, it's not so much about, I don't know where you got power, but we want to see each other, we want to see all of our leaders together. We don't want tomorrow say brother Avi and brother DK and the 2 guys they are forcing. Where every time when they come they shoot the 2 of them they are clutching joke and then to do it will make me no feedback. It will make you to feedback. You always want to feel this. So we always think faster than what thing. So it's not about what maybe other program motive, but my own. I'm telling you, NIMA unity is what all we want. What you think the Great United States and Nimbayans, they know people in the Great United States. But today they got an organization they call UNICO that is legitimate. The American government knows about that organization. The organization has branches all there in Liberia. Every time they got a homecoming and other things. So it's not just NIMA, but everywhere in the world you see NIMA and they always form that solidarity. So that
You know,
answer
let
your
me-
question.
Thank you.
Gio, can I say something real quick to the chairman?
Okay, go ahead, CEO.
Yeah, I think he made a very great point that we should not just overlook. When you flag the Nima Solidarity, you try to compare that to his group. He made a very salient point. He said the mission for their group is a little different. It's not specifically geared toward a specific or particular politician or an individual. It's for all Nimbayans, for all leaders or politicians of Nima County. So, and that's the difference between his group and that of the Nima Solidarity group that is funded by Honorable Tingman. So that if that's the case, then I think that's something that we should explore. And I like that, you know, Hilton, I think that's something we all should look forward to. Instead of saying this is for one person, let's keep it open-minded for all Nimayans, regardless of, you know, our political affiliation. That's something that supports all Nima, or everyone from Nima County. I think that's something that we should also talk about a lot more. So there's a clear distinction between his group, from what he just said, versus
Thank
that
you.
of the Nima Solidarity group that is solely focused on the VP.
Thank you, CEO. So that leads me to my next question. The names implies Rescue Brigade. How partial would this widow group be to other politicians from different political parties? Because you know when you hear the name Rescue in Liberia, you're typically referring to Unity Partisan or Unity Party people. Now, how partial would this group be to people from the CDC, people from the CMC, people from the ANC? How partial will it be to them in terms of
Okay.
their process of advocacy?
So okay, thank you. In terms of politics, right? Like I told you, I said this group, members of this group comprises of almost all the political parties in Liberia that you think. Now, as I speak to you, one of my supporters called me today when I come from work and said, Chairman, I understand that my political leader is in town. I'm going to go speak there. It will have meeting tomorrow, and I'm beyond. I'll be in the bush. So I left it. So we can give people the chance to go and then because election time, I will can't tell you say, Mama, please vote for brother DK or please vote for brother Alfonso Miame. But you're going on the beyond ballot, but you know who you're going to vote for. But equally, so once that person is in the buy, if that person does good, we will say it. If that person does the wrong thing, I will know it had a propensity of giving them a very bad space or phase. We will also say it for that person to deviate from that. Let me take you back to the past government. Bibelo Nursing, the former superintendent, Bibelo Nursing, I forget last name. Oh man, Kwakwe, Bibelo Nursing Kwakwe. Yeah, Nursing has always been a good Bibelo. He's asked anybody will tell you. Nursing, in fact, he always like, oh boy, be no man, not do it. So it was once upon a time that he knew in the public glare, and then when I came and went and responded, after we responded, we tried defending Nursing. To notice that what he said was true, but what I did was one on the radio say some of these things people need to learn how to do it the proper way and then it was resolved. I call it Honorable Musa Atam Bedete. The few times we understand that he was on some of his group members were partying with the vice president name written that I know I call it Bedete Jeremiah Bedete is not your mouth also. So what we did, we told him, we call honorability, we say honorability, the piece of Nima that you people are our in the Bible, you people are our bigger brother, our fathers. I don't think your people have the right, or our people have the right to parade, but to write an individual who is a seated or vice president name and say is that a man. You don't think they are causing confusion? You say, oh, they said I see at times some of the things they report doing, I don't know, I will call answer. That's how I don't want to. I beg you, somewhere at the airport, where they would, I got the embassy. So I said, all right, so later I said, I'm going to my CEO's office. So when he managed by one way, I said, I want to appear on the radio to speak on this issue. People have the right to support anybody they wish or they want. But for the fact that you go and then put another person name, marriage, it's a clear, understanding of division or confusion. So you might have told me, say, okay, I will report ready. When ready came, ready say, no, later I'll tell you, it's a very good initiative, but I want you to back it up. That's just leave it. And when I look at it, I understood that because I'm not a direct mobile of the vice president. But guess what? I said, honorability, honorability responded to me and said, thank you very much, my brother. You are a true son of Nima. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to spoil his name. Honorability, I may have been honest. When I was in Nima, I was the PRO for Federation of Liberian Youth Nima's chapter. April Alpha is our head. We wrote up honorability once upon that. I want even took the letter to him in second page. I had a late John or when Kekula. One Kekula was a radio station there. I've not that was assign you over at the radio station. My man, you buy a radio bureau, you want to open the bathroom and doesn't know I come for it. So all these people we are talking on Roderick Dokubo. I have never supported on Roderick Dokubo before. But we talk. I mean, when people are going around saying, oh, it's a degree issue, we talk, we call on the radio, call the newspaper, the guys came, made a disclaimer and said, those kind of things, that that's when you can't look at where you stand. So you need to look at the administration. And then it went viral. Just sometimes the newspaper, now I was checking for some of the newspaper to bring it today. I was checking my phone. I forgot to know that I left my other phone that my sister carried to Ganta. So we protect everybody. We protect everybody. The reason I mentioned 2029 was because 2029 we don't know what will happen in 2029. So why if I just put a video today and say BK will be supporting and then Junior went and won. So it better we play the game the way it should be, especially when I listened to Biddy once upon a time again when you spoke about purchasing land, and then you say one of the Nime, one of the Mandingo city or so. I call you I say, but chief, you need not to just say in the Mandingo pool. You mean when you do that, all of look at it all the way. Is it Emma begin? You better go. Okay, I take it, chief. And one time when you broadcast on the phone, and then he ain't got the call. So I left it. So that's how we've been working. And I have never, none of my members have ever insulted anybody. When there's an issue in the country, they will always call me. The PR team will call me and say, so now, gentlemen, what's training in Lima? Oh, chairman, he said, as well as eating happy, so you are now telling nobody will talk anything on the radio. Don't say anything. I restrict my group to the extent that at a certain point of time, even people will call me and say, the senator called me and told me that he will be doing a second county tour. Senator tour. He said the brigade will be part of that tour. I said, well, that's good. But myself, I may not go. But instruction of my guys to go. And people will be on the team. They are all about who support that today. They are from different political parties. So we say 2029, whatever decision our fathers, our mothers, our ancestors will make, will put in the heads of our elders, our fathers, our children, there we will go. And that time will say that time will come into mama put all of support. Let's say we now want when our elders speak tomorrow then again, somebody go feel because if you get more to they can say no, that other person going no. And this is the time that we need to make sure to do all the correction so that tomorrow when I see brother Alfonso tomorrow to take it as my Nima brother, tomorrow when I see brother Biggie wants to tomorrow I take it to be my Nima brother. But they shouldn't divide or they think yeah, it can just come and go. Today we are not can be moved. But I tell you tomorrow when if they say tomorrow can be moved, I'll not be sitting here talking today. In fact, the way I'm talking now, my talking will change. That one thing I understand politics. So politics are move, but not poor in governance. So this is the best time now we put ourselves together, put our pieces together, forget about all the pills, the sour one, the bitter one, and put our best heads together to see our best, because remember, people not like us in this country rather. Sorry, you come with next question. We saw it during the devil Senator Johnson. I can Senator Johnson down and put their plane for those they bring my here to all of people plane to go take a body from the air to drag on the Presidential Street. The vice president have to move security there. We saw it all right. So we need to, if somebody not like you outside there, you need to like yourself as family. I think the next question.
Thank you so much, Chairman. Again, it's great having you on the show. This will lead me to my next question, but before I do that, let me welcome to the show veteran Mafosi and Davis.
You can get in trouble now. You can get in trouble. You recognize the veteran, you can get in serious trouble.
Veteran, it's good having you on the show here, Vic Sealing. It's good having you. Now, Chairman,
Thank you.
many times in Nima, people create these kind of groups for personal gain, not for the interest of the masses. We've been seen on a couple of occasions. I'm not referring to your group specific, but people have created this group because they want to get job from the government, just because they want to be relevant. What said you on this issue? How different is your institution?
Okay. The difference is my group were established at the time this government was not in power. At the time the CTC government was in power. We were established. Our founder, where are our founder's house? One Dover thing, going to there, he will tell you. And Dover knows me good. Even the disclaimer I'm making, I call him, as information from him. He said, yeah, Chairman, go in. They were having on that. This group was established at the time. Even the vice president we'll talk about today, he just became senator. So how can this group come out today and pose where he's supporting another person? That's why you see, for us, we are not restricted to anyone. We are not restricted to anyone. We support anybody. Even on Rukoto Kwagu, the statement, the point he made yesterday, the session he made yesterday about teacher salary and thing, I told him now we'll be speaking on it maybe next week Monday to commend him. I do not have voting right in the state of 5. Like I said, I'm a man on me. But Kwato is one of the leaders that I think when we put our hands on, you will even become more than Jeremiah Kun and more than any other person. So we just need the best. We just need the best. So our group is different because we are not restricted to anybody. We see things the way looking to our own background investigation. We say, John Brown, even though you the SYD, but what he did was not right. And you understand? The reason we are not spoken anything about anything that happened, like what we hear about on Rukuga and maybe another vice president is, like I said, we always consult and we wait to listen to the people, give them a chance. That's why. And we know that alone is just another way of deviating from the top, because all politicians want to use that now as a yardstick to infiltrate in Nima. But we're not going to give them a chance. And the group of boy, Sir Brother Kuga understands, the honorable man understands, and that's why he says he's not talking again. I was in Kuga's office the other day. I remember I was there, and today again we went there. I remember my brother and friend, my long-time friend from the Marys. I spoke to him with Sugan, and we let Answer is also a way in his mobility. He also supported Koga. So even me, I have never supported Koga before. But then when we talked about our fellows, we decided to go and support Koga. We voted Koga. I have not voted Koga before. I have not supported him before. Even at the time he brought Saint Brown, I supported Marian, but then I had not supported anything he did before. But I decided to support him because we listen to people. So our group is different. We are not tied to anybody. Remember, even your CEO that in America, the day the CEO does something, so one day I will just call and say we promote, because we ourselves we intend to do this identical live. This is one of our plans, to do this live, to make it a NEMA based something. We've written letter to some stakeholders. They've told us to wait, they will get to us. So these are some of the things. So you tell me now, if we have this kind of platform, and then I send you an invitation like the CEO did, then you are from the opposition. So are you telling me that because you are opposition, but you are in the Bayando, so you're not going to appear on the show? No. It was all these things. I said, no, it is good that they do. But to everybody, I said, if you are supporting anybody, I can't tell you no, but when you come under the umbrella of the Rescue Intelligence Brigade, we are one person. If your political leader does wrong, when you reach a stage where we're supposed to talk, but we can't just go on the air, criticize or tell someone. You have to reach the point where we know it's embarrassing before you hear build on each other, before you hear the PRO, before you hear the SZ, before you hear the mobilization chair. That's how we're working. So our group is different in terms of support. Our group is different in terms of vision, goal, and the rest of it.
Thank you, Chairman. This will be my last question. I beg you bear with me, panelists.
No problem.
Since you established this group, have you changed the name before from XYZ currently to the Rescue Intellectual Brigade?
No, like I said, we had we were called Media Response Team. So that's why you see. So because for Nimbayans, Nimba responding for Nimbayans. So that's why you see the rescue. The reason we upgraded the name was after this government won, and then people keep on diverse political background, we all came together as one team, and then I was duly elected So we say, well, it is good that the name be Rescue Intellectual Brigade because but there's no other government. We have two governments in one country. So send a rescue government is really all our rescue government officials. We will be promoting them, and when they do wrong, we say it. So that's why you see, in order to bury our first need, we say Rescue Intellectual Brigade. I think you seen it there, Rescue Intellectual Brigade stroke media response team. And you seen it there at the end. Did you see anybody needed to say stroke media response team or maybe John Brown? No. We
So
need to upgrade our name.
when different government take over, let's say in the future, from a different part, let's say CDC, and we'll have all our Nigerians there. Would you guys change the slogan from rescue to CDC?
The change of the name, because it is part of our article of incorporation. So I have the team that doing that. So we'll revisit that portion of our constitution that states that based on them we should change it, we'll change it. If it is, for example, if it is CDC or maybe ANC, and then don't assume that the rescue mission have proceeded for maybe 2 years or whatever, then another government comes into power. So we'll revisit the portion of our constitution that says based on if it is not there that this good name should be changed, it shall be changed after NOSYZ time. Because you can't just change good name. Is to just change an institution name. I mean, it's also a crime, and I want you to know that it's also a crime. That's why you found out that all people have big institutions. I think you saw about the PYJ Polytechnic. People are talking about they controversial about the name. Even if people should buy it. So it's critical. But when we look at that, if, for example, we want to promote that people at the same way our neighbor people are happy that the government is in power, we will maybe we will find another strategy, or if the constitution portion of the constitution states that we should change the name, we'll change it. But I don't want it to be like we keep changing names all because of political party. No, that's one thing I want us to get. This name will still remain Rescue Intellectual Brigade. The intellectual there, I mean, it is the adjective describing the brigade. Brigade can be anybody. Brigade can be people, body men and women, strong people who are, who are willing to move around. So if, for example, a CDC is important, CDC, and that rescue leader will not want to rescue. It doesn't say rescue, JMB rescue or American rescue. No, rescue can be anybody as well. So that's why the need is very keen and strategic. So to change it, for me, I can't tell you say it's possible because I appointed people who are heading that other committee. Even me, before I came on the radio, I had a series of meetings. I call people, I say, yes, so gentlemen, I say, chairman, I have permission go. So I will also look at it for a long time. I haven't visited our constitution. If it deems it necessary for us to change it, we'll change it. Because everyone does, especially on the kind of organization umbrella, you need to be guided by your constitution. We intended to even change this thing to change it into an NGO, to be frank. It's not about just, seriously, that's one of our strong motives there. So if the constitution thinks that we should change it, we'll change it. But I don't think, we can do that. We talk about it now. We've got to change constitution name. It's a crime and it has something on it.
Thank you very much, Chairman Blayton Lisele. It's great having you on the show here again. Alfonso, before we come to you, Chairman, I want to make this recommendation to you as a son of Nima and also a journalist and a law student. This is a really good initiative of you people to establish, let me not call it response team, but advocacy group. And I believe this will not be limited to politics. Therefore, make people feel more interested within the group. I think since you guys are still writing your article of incorporation to have this register with the Liberia Revenue Authority and all of the regulatory authorities in Liberia, I think it's better you choose the name from Rescue Intellectual Brigade, because anybody that think of rescue in Liberia, like the CMC man sitting there, he will say, nah, this is for Bwaka and Kum. I cannot subject myself to this thing. You have a very good motive. You have a really great motive, but the name is also good. At this point in time that the government is using our name as their agenda within the country, when you also using it, then there is a little bit of confusion. I would want to be interested in the grouping. I'm not a politician. I want to be interested because I want to advocate for the people of Nima. I want to advocate for the people of Liberia. But the name Rescue Intellectual Brigade now will tie me down, will make me to look that I'm a politician. I'm advocating for this political party or for this politician. So that could be my little 1 cent to you when you go for your board meeting or whatever meeting it is. You can take it to them and let you guys see reason to it so that you can change the name. Many people will come on board. Yeah, a veteran might even want to come on board, but the name Rescue, maybe tomorrow someone will say, okay, we supported this government under this government regime. We term it as Rescue. Tomorrow, when it's the pro agenda, let's change it to pro Intellectual Brigade, you know. And if you don't do that now, like you said, people are from different political parties. If you don't do that, then you start to have friction or fraction within the organization, which of course you as chairman, you will not want to condone such a thing. So that would be my little recommendation to you. But you're still here. We're still quizzing regardless. We want to know your motive, your objective, and everything. We want to know them. Let's go to you, Comrade Afanso KS Miami. Your 2 questions. We want to welcome to the show the female general here, Madam Lorena Duncan. Good evening and welcome. It's great having you on the show here this evening, ma'am. Let's hear you, Afanso. You can unmute your mic.
We can hear you.
Afanso, please unmute your mic.
All right, we can hear you.
Okay, it's great, man.
Okay, thank you very much, Chairman. I have a few questions for you. You get me clear?
Hmm?
Okay. The first thing is I want to know whether this group is established for Nima Unity or for Unity Party.
You muted.
You get me?
Milton, please unmute your mic, Chief.
Milton, you're muted.
Okay, I'm okay now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Afonso, can I answer your question now?
I don't get you.
Go ahead. Answer his question.
Yeah, okay, so this group is for Nima Unity, Nima Solidarity. It is now for maybe any political party, as anyone may think, but Nima Unity.
Okay. Based upon your answer, here comes a question. Why this group is not advocating for or to get rid of Nima settlement, the settlement in Nima? For example, I will be Pacific tonight. For example, Mr. Dokupa resigned for a position as Inspector General of the country, and his son Onima Kante is qualified and was recommended for.
You're coming in, Brugon.
Nah, the CMC man getting there with problem.
Please come back again, Afonso. You stuck somewhere.
When he comes, we'll go back to him.
Okay.
Veteran Matheson, good evening and welcome. Let's hear you, Chief. You can ask your 2 questions on the first round after you go to Madam Lorena.
Well, thank you, Jim. And thank you to all of you panelists who have been holding the grounds and keeping the program moving. And I want to say hello to my brother Afanso KS Miami. We've known each other for quite a long time, and I'm happy to see him on the show. I want to say welcome. I really don't have question. I will just be making a comment. And I hope our studio guest will take cue from that, especially as they move on in the discharge of their responsibility as a group. Listening to him, you know, I'm kind of downhearted. I don't want to say disappointed, but I'm kind of downhearted. There are a lot of potential that they have, and there are a lot of potential the young Liberians have. But the sad thing is, they will relegate their potential to becoming praise sinker, looking for names, you know, that will find them attachment to the power that be. Whether or not the government is doing the right thing or good thing, they want to just be there to praise him for handout. I think our society has to graduate from that whole spirit of handout that young people will segment themselves under different banners, different captions, you know, moving over all over the place. I say this because even in his exposition, you will see a lot of, you know, disconnect. They put themselves together. They want to do the thing the JMB son is doing. They want to be, you know, to come from Nima is one thing, and to want to praise him for all the bias in government, just in government. That in itself is a disservice to other Nibayans. And then you want to cash on a intellectual brigade. Sometimes we just speak words that we are not mindful of what the word means, but yet we want to brand ourselves in that regard. An intellectual is a person who engages in critical thinking to involve research and reflection about the nature and the reality of things, particularly concerning societal issues. And it doesn't stop there. An intellectual is that person who will go on to proffering solutions to normative problems in society. You know, but it's sad in Liberia, anyone who holds the microphone, especially in our Nima certain, is an intellectual. Anybody who look through the pages of dictionaries and pronounce words that he or she does not even know the content and the usage thereof, that person is an intellectual. I would encourage the young man to refine his ideas into something much more beneficial that will give him the recognition he wants in society. If he wants to be a civil society actor, fine. You want to be an advocacy group, that's fine. But you have to build yourself out of the shadows of politicians who will call you over the darkness of the day to give you $1 or $2 to make you to sit on radio and say things you know nothing about. And I just realized that when I went to election, by the time the society get to know that you have ambition, you will see somebody will just create Facebook page that Jion, they say, oh, Jion Peking, DK Peking. You have no idea whatsoever. They don't even know you. But that's their way of attaching themselves to you to make you take their responsibility. Now check Facebook. You see Coca Peking. Antoine Peking. Meanwhile, when Antoine was not in political position, he had no Peking.
And what happened?
You know, I think young people should be very much innovative, and they should do things that will benefit them, benefit society, benefit the generation to come. But when you project yourself like that, the undue recognition that you're looking for, you wouldn't get it. The way you project yourself, that's the way you'll be treated. And regime in, regime out, your life will just still be the same. Well, the man who is calling you will never give you above $100 or will not give you something that can better your life. They will give you something that will maintain you at that level. You know, when I was living in Dupo Road, they have this ball they used to call, I don't know who, Bozua.
Oh, okay. I remember that name myself.
That became with bag around, buy scratch car, and talk all day, praising Joshua and the CDC government. Meanwhile, he's hungry. Now, I was in my friend, oh, the Nima man lives in this friend, and he's from Nima. You know, you power all around and come. People are hand. And I observe nutrition here, though. And now you say, you know, we all picking them from Nima. But meanwhile, you are the one promoting the president. You are the one saying all the good the president is doing. If the president is so good, the policy is so good, you should not be coming to my friends begging for, to observe nutrition. That's how our young people have made themselves and they have presented themselves. And it's sad. It's so very sad. When I think about the future of our country and realizing that Liberia is so youthful in terms of population, and the youthful population should be a blessing for Liberia and the direction of our young people. Youthful population, that means workforce, that means innovation, that means that will mean creativity. Everything has been compromised, and all young people want is to group themselves and go sing praises from one politician house to another, from one political functions to another. So they have become certified battlecry, people. And there's no change. Poverty has become a vicious cycle. I listened to Chairman Pay today. Something in me trickle. That's the Liberia we're talking about. And then you have one man sitting down talking about we the intellectual. What intellectual are you? What do you know about intellectualism? When you say you rescue intellectual brigade, but no rescue arm, no auxiliary grouping. If they check the listing, you're not there. So you are rolled and being an intellectual. You guys must start. Pay attention to your development as a person. You have a lot to contribute to Liberia. Leave the media, leave the social media. Go to school. Pay attention to your license. We all came from Nima and we're hungry in Monrovia. A horsing from the beaches, EAW. A low car to acquire education. And I was on University of Liberia campus, a leading active political activist and the vice president of OSU. I did not have food, but I didn't go begging. I didn't go knocking at someone's house. I did not do any battle cry for any damn doggone politician in Liberia. And I survived. You too can do that. So I just don't want to give credence to all the discussion, the questioning and everything, because it has no bearing to his own survival. He doesn't even understand the terrain he going in. That terrain is programmed to keep you at that level, to sing praises to the people you're singing praises behind, so that your life remains stagnant, so that your children's life remains stagnant, and then there should be no growth. We must stand up, speak, condemn some of these things, so that Liberia can be able to grow. That culture of silence, that culture of praise singing, we must stand against it. Liberia is for you. It's not for the people you praising. It's not for the people who force you to give you $1 or $2 for you to project the thing that made you believe is positive. Because you see somebody erecting one a structure, you say, oh, the person is doing well. You praise thinking. Do you have the BOQ? Do you have the costs are going to it? Were you part of the procurement process? How do you know the person is doing good? So I beg you, my young man, you have a huge potential. I listen to you. I respect you for that. But you got to check break, change course, put more time to your own development. You too could be the leader that will change Liberia. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much, Veteran Matheson. We will give you, Bilton, the chance. We'll give you the chance to respond, and after that, when Afonso comes, he will ask his question. But after you respond, we'll go to Madam Lorena. After Madam Lorena, we'll go to TK on the first round.
Alfonso lost. Okay, thank you very much. Let me comment the senior brother. I don't understand when you say people they don't understand the word intellectualism, but I don't want to go that route. You heard me clear. I told you this group is a pressure group that intends to promote every government official from Liberia. I mean, from this government from
How
Lima.
can you be pressure group and then you promoting everybody? That's not being pressure group. Pressure means you checkmate and speak on the ills of society. That will put pressure on people to refine their approach. But you commending everybody, what make you pressure group?
Let me learn now, senior brother. I ain't finished talking. So that's why we said we can't just respond. When you see we say, yeah, the person did, why he did, and screaming well, all yeah, done XYZ. Even right now as we speak, we'll be on somebody to give us all the developments that person have done, a project officer for one of the county officials, one of the lawmakers, so that we can carry around to let the people know. Equally so, if the person does wrong, we will say it. I don't have to go be part of somebody's procurement process to know maybe a BAQ or whatsoever. That's why we don't just talk. I mean, if you follow this group, you're not just here on radio, unnecessary. So I understand everything that you said, but I mean, nothing is going to change. We ourselves, I mean, everywhere people put things together, sometimes there can be some mistake, but we are not a specific group to any specific political party like we said. That's why when the comment asked the question, he said, what do you do? What if another political party wins the election? I say, well, we got a group that put our in cooperation together. We'll ask if there is a clause there that says the name shall change. Yeah, then we'll change it. But the name rescue, maybe other people look at because of the existence of this government. I mean, but that does not also mean anything. I mean, we have been promoting sedition. We have been promoting ANC partisans. We have been promoting a lot of people. Like I said, on the document issue came, we decided to respond. I mean, what I got my motorbike, I drove Abdul Kuba's office. He said to us, no, you're leaving. You're actually meeting communicate. What do? You're not leaving, not wait and see. We not told about there's a need that if you start looking at it in there and one man went the SYZ. So State Road University that you think some of your water, that means some kind of thing went on. That's how people don't know that administrated or some administrated, blunder or flaw. Sorry for the expression. But some brother, I heard what you said, but it's not about this thing is not about just making anger. I think even when Gion spoke, Gion said he have love for the group, but he gave it in the 1 or 2 pieces of advice. But the way you came to, I want to hold it as it is. I mean, we are who we are. We know exactly what I know my future. When I where am I? I'm not singing praise to any politician to say, oh, I'm singing praise to you. That's why I'm very immovable. The day I read, I go to Nima, I speak to my family, my sick father there. Why I get for you, I give it to you. I don't have to go be beyond somebody, but people know our importance. Even think man that today they appointed as Lens Mines and Energy. Think man called me once upon a time. You know, somebody gave him a number and called me and said, my man, your group, I want your group to support me. I said, oh, but we can't just go and say we support him, but we support this government, just we got later because this government have here most of our but does not also mean that if the government does wrong, we will not say it. No. The reason, I think somebody was raising issue about the when he said JMB. I said similar thing to what JMB is doing. I did not say what JMB is doing, we will do it. No. I said similar thing to what JMB son is doing. And then son or Nima does the right thing, we tell the people because we want even your constituents to know that yeah, the man is doing the right thing. The man is doing what Mansa was saying now. I'm from district number 8. But I purchased 8 pieces of wheelchair. I got those wheelchair when I went Nima for my I got a September leave. Because I know I had the money the generally asked me to give $40 to do the presentation. The little money I had spent it on my phone. I came back. So I waited maybe by December. I will go to the presentation at rehab center clinic in Ganda there. I'm not carrying it to claim, you know, to my own home down to say let me give it to people there. So that's how the thing look there. It doesn't, I mean, it's not about supporting, but we want to start with our own content officials first. You expect me to live on the Macan account side, pressing direct denounce that pressing every maybe snow and other people know why the children they are doing well in the country that but there's a leader who say some of the good things that they are doing. He asked Senator Yanto who is my own good people from the same district. He will tell you that man as a senator myself, I'm quarreling also issues. You know, equally so he's making you proud as a Nibayan on a county level, I mean on a national level, because most of the build and young passes in the hospital there is beneficial to all Liberians. It's not just Nibayan. But there he is a senator of Nimba. So that's how we work, and that's how we intend to work. So I know apparently maybe the senior brother, maybe Anglo may come from another area, but I want to just show the ideas. That he said he never had question to say it was just a comment, but I think his comment was somehow denigrated to us, but it's okay. He's a senior brother. I think people you can look at somebody and say, oh my man, you know what you do like I think somebody saw the show. I have a very good interest in this group. But what I want to say to you is there's a need that maybe the name other people may look at it now Bani. That's sometimes to put people on guard, you know, but to just kind of, if you want to know about anything, singing praise, I have never sung praise to somebody before in Nimba. Even if I sang praise to somebody, but I think maybe I changed. Yeah, like I said, I was in Nimba, they were on radio, sanitize, politician and teenagers who say, oh, the person doing well. But now we decide to refine. If you follow my history, I graduated at school in Kakata, in Simiri, in Senegal, Simiri, but later again, I graduated from high school in Kakata. I graduated high school, I had my little organization, I carried to Uganda, but the guys that I carried the organization to, the sport, I just always been my intention to bring up people, you know, to see how we can have even some kind of NGO. And you know what I'm saying? That's the whole intent of this group. They are changing the group to an NGO group. We just came out with that decision. We'll be having a decision on it, but we want to wait this small because all the things they are capital intensive, the money issue. We need office space, we need all the things. So, Jean brother, we take your comment very serious, but the way he came, it came too hard and then it was too denigrating to us. But as it is, it's okay. I mean, we can go, you know, back and forth with you. So we'll wait to take the next question from any of the panelists. I just hope Alfonso, because I was getting one of Alfonso questions. I know he said, if another government came, but I know he's not online now to see what he can redirect.
Alfonso is not here for now, so we'll go to Lorena. You have a question. You can ask her 2 questions. If you don't have a question, you want to make your input, you can. And after that, we'll go to DK and probably take leave of the guests and stay to discuss other issues. Go ahead,
yes, good. Thank you. Good evening to all of you on the panel, and good evening to our brother and our guests for tonight. Good evening to those following on Facebook and YouTube, and those in radio. I want to say good evening. So I don't have a question, but I want to say something to the brother. And there are times that you can make your goal, and sometimes the way you want to achieve it, maybe your approach or your strategy, you can change it because of other reasons, and you can even modify your goal, but don't change your goal. So if you say you want to do something similar to what JMB's son is doing, if that is your goal, then you can be a pressure group. Because JMB's son has never, ever, since I started following him, said anything wrong about this government, whether it is wrong. He ignores it, he skips it, he it didn't happen. Because he is a praise singer to the government. That's what I call him. That's what I think he is. So if you want to be a pressure group, then there's a need you modify even your name. Because if you say you are Rescue Intellectual Brigade, anybody will think that you are connected to the government. That's one. And number two, if you say you want to be praising or promoting Nimbayans who are doing well in the government, it means that there's something happening on Nimbayan, the government does wrong. You play deaf ear, like what JB son can do. Have you ever seen JB son make any measure of the project that has been built in Foya that everyone has been talking about? No, he hasn't. In fact, you were in Foya last time for some days. He went to other places, but in Foya, he didn't even see that project because he didn't even have story for it. And maybe a conscience telling something, so he just decided to skip it. So I support the rescue mission and add and elevate their gains, say success story. But in the same token, if something is wrong, I would say it's wrong. Nobody can kill me for it. Yesterday, I made some posts. Yesterday, made some posts concerning on Roger Doma. People came and inbox, this and that. Some of them got the answer they got, depending the way they came. And some of them got the answer they got, depending the way they approach me. So, I mean, you cannot tie yourself to a government and say you want to be praising people. What are you praising people for? So let's say one Nima man in government, God forbid, sees it's proven by LSCC or GSC. So what your group will do? If your intent of the group is to only praise the Nimbayan government, it means you escape that particular thing that happened like it didn't happen. So you can still be for the government, say intellectual brigade, that's why you want your name to be, but to say, but you can, well, you just share light on things that are happening and then hold the government feet to the fire, but you can say you are a pressure group. At the same time, you are, what do you call this thing? Promoting people. You can do the two things at the same time. So that's all I like to say to you. And like you said, when people phone establishing something, there can be some mistakes. So you have to sit and say, what do you really want to do? And then when you get what you want to do, does this name suit what we want to do? Then you can work on those things. That's what I would say to you. But if you tie yourself to promoting Nimbayan official, you will lose track of what you really want to do. If you want to be what JB son is doing, fine. If that's your goal, fine. You can be doing it. So if you go Nima, if you see there in the street of Ganta, they put a camera all the time. They want people to see the bad thing that they say they may not do. But if when you go, you listen to people, you put camera on. And if you want to do that one day, it's fine. But just tell yourself what your goal is and how can you achieve your goal. But don't give yourself pressure group me at the same time you want to be promoting people. The two things sit in the two shape. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sis Lorena. Thank you very much. I got your comment. Let me respond to it. To promote this government, I don't have to be there. I don't have to form group. We don't have to be together as an organization. I can see right in my over my one can do it on my own. I think JMB do it and I blend it. I just now you took somebody started going around. Town way on town way this way now. Yeah, this way now. On town way de la Bebo. I was very engaged. We had some international guests from Israel. We had some Israelis that were with us. So as public affairs, we were basing with the people. So I instructed our PRO team, the one on radio. So money for our organization covered the one radio and praised Tawongwe. Tawongwe is not a supporter of this government. Tawongwe is one of the opposition members of this government. He was praised, you know. And so we a problem there, maybe some of the issue could be maybe the name rescue. But like I said, it doesn't mean that we'll just keep praising people. If somebody does wrong, when we're there, we nursing, we even beg nursing to come down to to reconcile with one Avi Senate. We did that. We stood, went to the radio station, went to the court, and Nelson even refused to come at the court hall. He asked the magistrate judge that there or Freeman. He said, but Nelson needs to come to say we can go through the case. So they have one Nelson came, and then later they took him. Though the boy wanted to agree, we won't talk each other. My man, that's on Nina. The man like a senior brother. Why the children they didn't do well, but you need to understand that he's a senior brother. I want to start to. So we're not just promoting somebody if the person doesn't do good, but if you don't do good and you are not willing to reconsider your decision as stakeholder, and we'll tell our people, we'll tell our people. So thank you, says Lorena. I know Lorena.
Well, John, let me get just my 2 cents before you finalize it. Before he, I just want to say overall, I've worked in Liberia for a very long time with a lot of young people, and it's very hard to come across a young person like this gentleman. In as much as, if you can see, everybody disagree with the platform, everyone criticized myself. That I've criticized him, asked him some tough questions, but I like the way he comported himself. He's very, very relatable. He's not rude. He's not arrogant. He has responded to everyone, from all the tough, suggestions from everybody. I want to say to you, better you continue to keep it up, right? You are a very respectful young man. I like that about you. I don't have any question. I just want to acknowledge that about you. You're very respectful, and I like that. I really wish most, if not all of our youth can follow your footsteps. Even though you are doing something that you are being corrected on this public platform, you have not insulted anybody. You have not said anything negative to any of your senior brothers, and you have been continuously being respectful. I like that. I want to say thank you so much for that. Keep it up. That's a good character. If you continue that, it will take you far. Yeah, that's just my little 2 cents I wanted to add to it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, CEO. So we got our brother Shadrach here. I don't know if Shadrach have been following the conversation tonight. Shadrach,
No.
have you been following? Okay,
No,
great.
sorry,
So
I would appreciate if you could bring me up to speed.
Will you shut up for the post analysis? We can
Okay.
great, Shadrach. Since you just coming, we're going to use you for the post analysis, so please bear with us.
No problem.
Chairman Bilton B. Lisella, it's great having you on the show tonight. You discussed your motive, your agenda, the aim of your organization, which is great, and we appreciate you for being here tonight. I think you listened to all of the comments, you answered the questions that were posed to you. At this point in time, I would like to ask you for your 2 minutes parting comment and something you want to say to your followers in Nima that are listening to you, those people around Nima that are listening to you, something you want to say to them before we take leave of you.
Jerome, I beg you, before he closes, Lisla, right?
Yeah, Lisala.
Okay. Are you related to Ramsey Lisla?
He's my dad.
Oh, wow.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's great. I know your dad well, and
okay.
yeah, for me, I spent time teaching, so
okay.
when I see things wrong, I just speak to it.
Yeah, that's good. It's okay.
Like Alvin said, you're doing good. And when I say you're doing good, it's not on the basis of your program. And as I said, not only you, most young people in Liberia have huge potential, but they have not directed, or they don't know how to direct their potential. So that potential gets eroded and they become a failure. And that's wrong. Okay? Like Lorena said, she comes from the NGO background. There are a lot of people with excellent understanding when it comes to organizational work or structuring and stuff like that who could help you. You can't just blame everything to be your program area. Like you want to be like JMB so fine. You owe no one an apology. You can be an apologist to the government. You owe no one an apology. But to want to be praising Nima people in government, I just don't see the rationale. I don't see the program. And if it is an NGO, I don't see who your donors will be. Your donors will only be the politician. And politicians, as we know, they will only give you what will make you to praise them. And when you see project and you just call it development and praise, there are a lot of things that go into it before you see the fund structure. So you got to observe the various processes if you want to praise. I could inflate figures and post something, you see it, you praise it, and I'm hooked for corruption. What will you come again to say to the public? It will dilute your activities and focus. So I want you to organize your way in a more refined, reach to people like Lorena, they have better understanding of NGO workings. Let them help you, guide you, and define your objective, know what you want to do. I think it will help you. It will help brighten your knowledge, and better will come out of your knowledge, and your time will not just be wasted. There will be dividends. And that's what we want to see. You see, Martin Colley, he decided, look, when I was in Osu, there were little brothers behind us. And I remember when he met me twice when I went to my mechanic place, he told me, look, senior veteran, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to be noted for. And from that time till now, the entire Liberia, you know, entire nation knows him and beyond as one of the critical voices, if not the most critical voices, because he has been very uncompromising. So his character and attribute has beaten people like Costa there that society referred as critical voice yesterday. He has been the most critical voice. Is that it? The terrain you want to go in? Fine. But you got to define your objective, know what you want, you know your end game, know your beginning game and everything. If you don't know it, our platform panelist, Lorena, she's gone long with the healthcare thing when it comes to NGO. Reach out, people will help you. So that's maybe the way I said it. Like I said, listening to Chairman P, you know, farewell message, it stirs something in me.
Yeah.
Liberia has come of age. We can't get a country that is known as the odious African Republic, Mother Africa. You know, that one Dawo Liberia is there. It can't crawl, it can't walk, it's there. We gotta take Liberia from the Dawo position and make Liberia the torchbearer it ought to be. So to see, you know, government, you fetch out your best and kick them out, it's unfair to the Liberians. So when I see young people coming and decorating themselves to be thinking beyond these very people, I mean, it breaks me to the core. So maybe that's why it's my anger. So thank you.
Thank you, Brother Mavasin. We're coming to that women play issue after our guests leave. We'll stay here. We need to flag it out.
Thank you, sir.
We discussed it yesterday, but we'll still have to discuss it today. Let's hear you, Bilton.
All right. Thank you, Jim. Let me say thanks to all of you. The CEO, I want to say thanks for this platform. We pray that God give you long life and to always multiply whatever thing you want to do. So, well, like everyone said, we took, most of the things you said into serious consideration. We want to work on it. And again, to establish an NGO is a difficult thing. And then you will be restricted to do a certain thing particularly, so for the concept, like you said, yeah, I mean, say Lorena Benjamin or name, we will get to her because, like we said, our next intention is to turn this group to an NGO. That tells you that we are not just here to be maybe in telling people thank you or telling people why they is not good, because we ourselves be friends. We ourselves we know whether those politicians, almost all of them are the same. Tomorrow election time, things will change. You see people things that are not coming will come. We understand all these things there. But again, it doesn't mean that maybe sometimes we should even compliment some of the good work some of them can do. But however, I want to say thank you. It was a pleasure having me on this platform. We also pray and hope that we ourselves, we get on par with most of the issue. Some of the challenges we're facing too is our people, most of our guys are in Nema. We are not known yet, sometimes we have meetings, going in Nema, having online, all the things. So, I mean, we'll get on course. Yeah, we'll get on course. But actually, I don't want people to have the intention that we say we want to do GMB. What GMB is doing just something like promoting the government is a content, I can see where I got my phone, I got my iPhone, I go, I do whatever things on it, but I do not want to do it that way. Why it is true too that one way or the other, we hold this government in, I mean, to a certain extent, that does that also mean that, like, for example, like someone was saying, the dismissal of women pay. I don't know, I've not seen women pay before, I don't know. No photos I've been seeing. But it took every time you go on the internet, it just the story everywhere. Women pay, even down to opposition. So these are issues that, we all need to discuss as Nimbai. So I want to say thank you, Jion. I hope to get your number. Maybe I know Jesse. How close are you with Jesse? I hope to get your number. Say you are on the ground so that we keep talking. See you. I want to say thanks. And Jion brother, no problem. It's good. We are your Jion brothers. I mean, sometimes I can blast our all and tell my story. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks. So I beg to leave.
All right. Thank you, Bilton.
Thank you for being here tonight, Bilton. Thank you so much for being here. And so I think you listened to the Camry, you listened to all of what he said. Before we come to him on the post-analysis thing, I want you to blend this with your post-analysis. You listened to the farewell message today from former Minister Raymond Bay. And I'd also want you to speak on his wife's previous post. The night that dismissal something came out, she made a post.
Junior, I don't think we should do post analysis right away. This is a big deal, and everyone on here has something special to say about it. You got Shadrach that just came. Mafasin is a Upis. You got DK. You got the Iron Lady, Sis Lorena, who's actually firing for all 7. I have to say, I have been admiring her. I may not say it, but she's not holding back. She's being blunt from both sides, right? So I think other than doing post analysis, we can discuss that. Maybe one, give each person time to give their opinion on it, and then from there we'll do post analysis. That's my. I don't mean to
that's
host, but I just think that's the way to go about it.
It's okay, CEO, but let's play the clip.
Yeah.
And after we play the clip, I want you to discuss his wife post along with his farewell statement today, and if possible, take us back to some previous dismissals that have been going on in the government, especially with the most recent one from Nuffield or what. You could link it with that and have your 1 cent on the issue. Let's play this one. I know DK is blunt with the issue. He will say the truth, even though people are saying he's appealing to women pay. I don't know how true is that, but let's play this.
It's open, and because we may not have the opportunity to come again here, I thought it was important to let you know that we appreciate the working environment, the team spirit. We disagreed, we quizzed each other, we challenged each other, but in most instances, we did all of those for one good, to improve this system. Maybe some of you are thinking that I've forgotten about the reintroduction and relaunch of the secondment program of this ministry. We revived that, and many of those who are senior technicians here benefited from this program. We reviewed that last year, revitalized that, and I'm told, if I get it wrong, let me know, correct me. As we speak, we have seconded young geologists and mining engineers to several companies, and the objective is to make sure that this program was not just for that period, but for it to continue. And the results we are getting are encouraging. It's our 114. 114 we have seconded so far. We are reintroducing the technical student program. For that reason, the policy has been written, the requirement, selection requirement has been written already. And what it will do is that once a student gets into junior class, because you want the program to be such that it's a transitional program, when you graduate, you just get eventually employed by the ministry. We have introduced that standard so that students who are junior students, geology and mining engineering, can have the privilege to be enrolled into the program once they meet a certain GPA requirement. We have done that. We are also pushing, we also have developed a vacation school program, internship program, all of that. So we want to encourage you to continue to fight for these sectors, these two important sectors. Some of you could one day stand right here. Some of you could be deputy ministers, assistant ministers. Some of you could become. So everywhere you are, what you are doing, people are watching you. Don't think you are not being watched. You are being monitored. We are also hoping that the next budget, where possible, we'll be able to look at the salary scale, the salary level across government. We're doing our part to push that, and I'm sure the new management team will continue to follow up on that, so that a director in Ministry of Mines and Energy, a director in any other ministry can receive the same salary. Same across for assistant directors. Same across for engineers, depending on their different levels. So this is what we are doing. We have started, and I believe as Liberians can always say, the sky is the limit. On this note, I'd like to thank all of you for the privilege and the opportunity of having worked with you people. I'd like to thank all of you. And it's, I don't know how else to express it, but I appreciate it. And I'm proud of it. Those of us who are leaving, and then as you all know, I always say to you, what we have, the titles we have, do not make us any more important than you. And these are borrowed coats. And when the coat you borrow to wear, or somebody lends you to wear, does not belong to you. And so there is no special time to ask for it. The one lending to you is the one that determines when he or she can request for it. They can even see you walking in the street and say, please give my coat. That's why when you are wearing a coat, a borrowed coat, you wear a t-shirt under it.
Bam. That's why when you are wearing a borrowed coat, you need to wear t-shirt under it. Now, Veteran Mavasi, I know you have a lot to say on this. So let's start with you. What do you make of the dismissal of Wilmot Pay?
Well, like you say, I have a lot. I don't think I have a lot because fundamentally, a couple of things has to be looked at, especially in emerging or developing countries. To just see democracy as it was carved by the Westerner, and we jump into it without understanding it, without domesticating it, the lapses will always be overwhelming, some of which we are seeing today. Because whatever you say, I think women puts it the best way, that a appointed position is a borrowed coat. And one who gives it to you does not need your approval to get their coat back. You could even be on a honeymoon if they want their coat, they will take it. So that blank check we gave the presidency actually formed the basis for some of the discussion we're having. Like when women was removed, Bility, like Senator Dopo, I mean, did a caution, but it was politicized. You know, people referring him to the Constitution and the rest of it. So, I mean, sad times for our democracy that you will just be dismissed or ejected from functions and there is no reason, because the law says it's the president's prerogative. He who appoints dismissed. And that's where we are. And before going further, I will want to use this platform to congratulate Honorable Tingman. And should he take the job, yes, I will advise him, go for it. Public service does not belong to any one person. He's a Liberian, he has the right to serve his country. And I'm not one of those who is the carrier of you remove Nimba Man, you give it to Nimba Man. The job belongs to Liberia. Whoever is preferred, because that's the right word. It's not based on merit. It's not based on competence. It's based on preferment. Baka could wake up today and say he's taking somebody from Foya to go there. Whether I can't play, so I will become a player. Such is our democracy and governance structure. But I feel it's wrong. People with venerable character who have lived their life and built their reputation over the years, you subject their character to rumors and public sentiment without concrete reason. It places a dark cloud over their future. Understanding that the responsibility to appoint and dismiss is the president too should be conscious about that. I will not even want to go to women. Let's come to Dr. Chris Dubayan, a global scholar, a doctor by excellence, who has done, he's Liberia's foremost scientist. I remember during the COVID, because COVID, most people were home, including myself. I used to follow CNN a lot. There were doctors coming from across the globe, converged at Emory University. And the great Dr. Anthony Fauci of US was part of that congregation. And this very Dr. Anthony Yang was there lecturing. 3 patents to his credits. Who is providing direction to Africa CDC, helping Africa to gain its footing when it comes to the scientific revolutions. You take him to Liberia and disgrace him only because one Dr. Luis Poto don't want to see him. A doctor without credential. That is fundamentally wrong. That is fundamentally wrong. There got to be a change. And Senator Dopo from Riverside, I think, made a caution to the executive on grounds that his removal was based on policy, on constitutional issues, because the act of the entity says otherwise, and from the dismissal letter as written by the Minister of State, cited portion of the act creating the MPhil. But interestingly, if you read the act from page 1 to the very last page, that quotation as inserted cannot be traced to the act. That is devilish. So the intent was to drag his great character and reputation in the mud of politics and let him go. But those kind of governance practices are to the detriment of Liberia. And
I want to ask you this question, Mr. Mapperson, before you continue. With the way, let me say, professional people are being dismissed now for no reasons, are you kind of disappointed in your government you supported for change?
That's what I'm saying. That's why people like us, who are members of the Unity Party, should be the one to speak out, should be the one to erect the necessary checkpoints to call our government to book. Because look at the mantra on which we were elected as a political institution. Rescue. Rescue. Liberia is at a crossroad. You get impulse, threatening the lives of our people. Then the only scientists who can respond to that, you say, oh, my girlfriend say you're not good looking, so I should change it, you change it. That's pure nonsense. And because I reached out to women the very day. I will not want to talk some of the things, but I reached out to him the very day. When I was driving from work and my phone started busting, I called him immediately. And it's just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate. It's quite hugely unfortunate. And the sad thing is, Costa appeared and said some of the things that are happening, the president is not in the know. The people around him. So if you are so much incapable or incapacitated, then let's reference the Constitution. You have a very young, potent, hardworking, healthy vice president. Look at the Constitution and call it a day. Because we will not wait and watch our country go down the drains only because somebody is not paying attention to their responsibility and people around him influencing decision. Sooner or later, Liberia will be thrown back to its dark past, which is something we must speak to. And like I caution women, we have to graduate from this culture of silence. Things happen. Oh, you dismiss the people by telling him, don't talk, just keep it cool. After some time, maybe you'll be ambassador. Those things, we got to go past that. We got to get past that. People should speak out. You know, because in Liberia, like Councillor Seaman Cephas came out, people say, oh, you don't have the moral rectitude. You can't be the one to speak. But he was the one in the house. He knew what went on. He saw it. He participated. Why should he be the one to speak? But that's Liberia for you. We always blind our eyes to the reality and keep singing praises, and will remain singing praises to our grave. Because no seditious ever believed that George Weah could be defeated. And none of them ever saw any wrong in George Weah. Everything the young man did was perfect. It was in the interest of Liberia. He loved Liberia. But the awakening process can be very rude because you can't be prepared for it. And we don't want our party to get into that. I strongly believe if Gafwan was not from Lofa, he would be dismissed too. Maybe the only security Gafwan has is his Lofa connection. But he has come from different county, knowing his credential and what he stands for. He could be the next in line. He could be the very next in line. But good of it all, for him, he's from Lofa. So that his Lofa connection will shield him. From the start of this government to just yesterday that weapon was removed, we've never heard any negative about the Lands and Mines Ministry or Mines and Energy Ministry. It has been one of the best performing ministries. From the very inception, the very decision, the first decision that Paul Webb minister took, Liberia lost almost 100 million. But he stayed there. He stayed there. Perhaps it's not from NIMA. I would want to think that the Ninya was confused of someone coming from NIMA. That's why they targeted him. And it's wrong. Boaka should learn from the mistakes of the past. And again, young people should not look at the very echelon of our society to be a retirement job for people. I studied biology and chemistry. I know the human body. I know the formation. I know the declining process. I know at what point you can't even comprehend. At what age? But if you want to employ somebody in our educational system, it should be somebody who has retired from the American society and take their retirement to Liberia. They're taking retirement pay in the society that retired them, then they're working for us. They have lost their agility, no strength, no stamina, no time on their hand to do extensive research to promulgate policies and programs that will graduate us. Must we treat ourselves that way as a country? I think we need to revisit. So my only caution to women over the years, they have stood for principle and integrity. The world knows him by that. This is not a time to compromise what you stand for. It's about time to let your image out of the hood. Tell the Liberian people, if you go with our job, fine. You've been with our job for long. Because if Bouaka and his associates do not even understand the price you pay, the loyalty, you sacrifice your job as deputy minister when Ellie appointed you, you said no. And I know how we stood by this Bouaka. To come today and to say, go sit down with all the things that you started, I don't want to say a lot because it bores my blood. And if I say, I will say things that perhaps I'm not supposed to say. So I want to say thank you. I want to say congratulations to Big Brother Tingman. I know he's up to the task. He's one big brother that I have respect for. And the Liberia of ours has given him the opportunity. Let him serve and make us proud. Let him pick up from where his brother left and do the best for Mama Liberia. That's all I can say. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you so much, Dr. Matheson. We will go to Shadrach, and the reason why we are going to Shadrach is we want to balance the equation, one in position and one opposition, and let's get the both sides of the
I'm not an opposition.
No, you in position.
No, in position and opposition. That's what I said. You are in position. Shadrach is opposition.
Who's Shadrach now?
Shadrach Thomas Joki.
Then be fair. I know now.
Shadrach, welcome to the stage, Chief. Let's hear you.
Thank you. Once again, I'm happy. Every time I see Matheson, I because when I remember his level of changes over the year, and it is always believed that the origin of a man has nothing to do with his future destination.
Shadrach,
So
let me put you all right there. Know that I was president for San Nicolas Central High School. Know that.
I beg you, none I want discussing you.
Yeah, when we were in San Nicolas, know that I was the young student council president for San Nicolas Central High School after the war. Know that.
I accept. Granted. But honestly, I'm not trying to say I always admire you, even before you even travel. So for every time I met you, even when you're on 11th Street, every time I saw you, I admire you. Okay? And that's just the person I am. Okay? I believe in progress. I like to see young people, especially that we all came from the same area, progressing. And that's, you are an embodiment of progress. So I must appreciate you. So to the issue, aside from being an opposition, I think while it is true Matheson is also an imposition, we all, one way or the other, ascribed to the same philosophy. And what is that philosophy? That philosophy is giving Nima a just of what she deserves. Is doing justice to Nima beyond tribal line, beyond sentiment, and beyond our personal ego. Today, when I listen to Wilmon delivered his party message, my mind ran back to Shakespeare. When the conspirators came and planted the plot against Julius Caesar. For no reason, he was killed. But even though on his way to the pavilion, there were so many sounds along the way, but he put the country first. Those sounds represented what happened in the past. Other people that wanted to compromise with more integrity, but he put the country first, and he refused to succumb to those tricks and artifices. And at the end of the day, Julius Caesar was killed. And why it is true he was killed, there is one thing he said before he died. He said, Brutus, et al. Brutus, and you? In time like this, some of the people we stand for are the one behind the trickle that is killing us. Women did not expect such a betrayal from his own people. So when he gave his farewell treat today, and he says to the Ministry of Mines and Energy that every student graduating from this institution with this level of grade point, you have a scholarship to the University of Liberia. I've understood there are directors within this ministry that have not been making the salary of other directors, but they are on the same level of directors. But I have started working, and you all know that all directors across Liberia will make the same salary based on what we are also making within this area. I am a seditian. I know where we left the Ministry of Mines and Energy. I don't know how many years passed within the 6 years that we were in power that ministry were not painted. There were some corners within that identical compound that the grass were not cut for over 3 years. If any of you ever entered the Ministry of Mines and Energy before the final leave of Women Pay, and you visited that ministry during our regime, you will bear me witness to if I'm lying or not. Women Pay transform a part from the organic structure of that ministry. He transformed the infrastructure. He transformed the human resource capacity. He transformed everything within that entity. I'm not saying it because I come from Nima. When you drive and pass by Lands, Mines and Energy Ministry, that's the former name. When you drive and pass by Mines and Energy Ministry, you know that you are passing by a decent area. For the last 2 years before CDC came to power, I always visited that ministry because I always used to bring investors within the country. On the first and second floor, you would never even, sometimes there is no light, talk less of having air condition. But when I last visited that ministry, before Women Pay's departure, everywhere in the building is cool. I don't want to bore our time with what he achieved in that area. So it wasn't a strange thing to me today when I saw employees of that ministry in tears. They were in actual tears. If you watch that video, maybe the journalists did not want to show to you, but there were people in real tears. It was like Mark Antony speaking at the funeral of Caesar, and when he says, yesterday I visited the closet of Caesar, and within his closet, I saw his will. And these are the instructions that are attached within his will. That every pregnant woman that will be born within room will receive free compensation from the day she gets pregnant until she gave birth. And when he explained everything, the first plebeian, second plebeian, everybody came together, and that's how the revolution started against Brutus, Cassius, and the rest of the guys. Unlike the days of Brutus and Cassius, I could see the grief in the minds of the people today. If there was a need for revolt, they would have revolted. But what happened to women lays within our heart. And like my brother Ragde said, posterity going to judge. He will silence your mouth, silence or destroys your destiny. So a woman sits and does not speak for the sake of peace. It's going to haunt him tomorrow. Because politics, what gave birth to permanence in politics is speculation. The fact that the president can dismiss him, while it is true some of us are protecting his integrity. Nobody will dismiss you because you're doing well. People dismiss you because you have lapses within your performance. So the burden of justification lies upon the shoulder of women to justify his credential, to justify his future. I wasn't dismissed because I was corrupt. I could see that zest within his wife. I could see that anxiety within her. That's why the very first day he was dismissed. In less than 2 hours, the wife came up. She said, I want to congratulate my husband for being a man of honesty. I want to congratulate him for being a man of character, a man of repetition that stood for justice. That statement within itself, according to deductive reasoning, tells you that he was dismissed for the opposite of what the woman congratulated him for. There were people that tried to compromise him, and he refused to be compromised. There were people that tried to compromise him, and he refused to be compromised. So it is the women. It is the women. It is the women to speak now or forever withhold his peace. Because his silence today will justify every speculation against him comes tomorrow. Others are saying he forced his soul money claim to people, which I know that is not the case. Again, I said it last time on the show, that these are all tactics to divide Nima. You sack a Nima man with no justifiable reason, and you bring in another Nima man. The Nima man you are sacking has family that he is responding responsibly to their responsibilities. The Nima man you are sacking got people that depends on him for their daily bread. So in their mind, there was a syndicate play against him by those people that are coming to power to get him out. I congratulated Honorable and I know that his hand is not in the dismissal of women pay. But how many persons will understand like me? So it is almost like setting Nima against Nima. We all know, assuming without admitting, it is believed that appointment in government is at the will and pleasure of the president. But make no mistake, the president has his kitchen cabinet, which amongst them, the vice president is the second in line. So I want to believe that when it comes to most critical decision, the president will consult the vice president, especially with these kinds of critical issue, where women pay comes from the county that your principal deputy comes from. I don't want to believe, except proving, that President Boyka did not consult Honorable Jeremiah Kun. So I also want to think that this was a conspiracy or a shenanigan plan that both the Boyka and his able Lieutenant Jeremiah Kun, His Excellency, all planned to betray his brother. So I don't want us to chastise Boyka while we glorify or magnify Jekun. The both of them are inseparable. I also want to believe that if Honorable Jeremiah Kun, His Excellency, had good intention and was not in support, I know my sister Lorena is wanting us to respond responsibly to me, but I want to believe that if the Honorable Vice President was not in agreement with what happened to his brother Wemope, he would have intervened. He would have intervened. Lord, let us call spade a spade. Let us be realistic to ourselves. Coward died many times before they are dead. Honorable Jeremiah Kun would have intervened. So I want to say here in this open manner that you may not like my opinion, but he was the Brutus. He was the Brutus behind Caesar's death. When Wemope turned around, he could not see anyone. He says to him, "Hey, Todd, Jekun and you." But we will not see it in the glittering because it was done behind the scene. Politics is played at night, meaning there are things that my person know what I'm saying. Politics, the main politics is done at night, meaning there are things that transpire that you don't know it when it comes to fruition. So Boyka now carry the sole responsibility and the guilt. So Jekun did not also do just to his brother.
Thank you.
No, just give me one minute, please. Or okay?
No, you go on.
Yeah. So this is just to tell you how Nima Kante is not treated fairly. My brother mentioned the name of Nyan, that other people still pontificating like though he was from other country and other things, but I still maintain that Nyan comes from Nima. Because I have personally spoken with Nyan. Nyan, one or Malesi, Yadulu, and myself, we had 3-way conference call before. And he comes from Nima. So all those malice against Nyan was just to diminish him because of his Nima connection. Or his name. So I said on this show the last time that there is no country in Liberia that voted for Unity Party more than Nima Kante. Nima Kante gave Unity Party more than 140,000 votes. Lopa Kante gave Unity Party less than 50,000 votes. But today, there are brand new roads being constructed in Lofa. Brand new schools being constructed in Lofa. Brand new bridges. A Vida, presidential Vida that costs what, 10 million. But in Nima today, we are using our own county development fund to paint our own administrative buildings. We are using our own county development fund to renovate our own superintendent compounds. And then we are clapping for ourselves that yes, we are benefiting from this government. Political rewards are not given in heaven. It is given on earth. So I thought to let us know that Nima remains our common denominator. If we can speak now for Nima, Posterity will judge us, and forever the guilt will live in us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Shadrach. Let's go to Aloysius. Aloysius, you can make your input on this issue.
So, Mami, I will not talk today.
No, you're not talking about that.
Not
Not time for short people time. I'm short people time.
Let you go ahead. I know you talk for.
Yeah,
I trust you.
you think you're taller than DK a little bit, so I'm good.
Yeah.
So this issue is getting clearer in my own opinion as some you know, when you're going back, some of the statement we are heard from the executive, and but it's again a bit complicated, but we can do our analysis the way we see it. And when our brother Princey Johnson at defense, when incident occurred, he was not given any, you know, suspensions or, you know, administrative leave, nothing. He was told to leave. And he is the son of Nima. And in the same government, there have been other allegations somewhere from other counties, and those people are still there. And now we are discussing women pay. Women pay that we all know. And yesterday, I got a little bit confused when I heard that, and I don't even know where to start from. Because we people making their own, you know, analysis on the corruptions and all of those things. And then when he came out, and people are saying women pay should come out to speak. Yeah, he should come to speak. But I think he has spoken already. Because women in his own in his farewell statement, he instructed the institution to bring documents where he stopped, what all he has done in that entity, both financially and and policy wise. So he's simply telling us that I did not do anything wrong. Yeah, and then followed by his parable as well, with the court issue, get something on it. So women have spoken. Maybe he will come and speak 100% a bit clearly for we all to understand. But another thing I was looking at again, and I don't want for this thing to take that route, but I just have to say it, is our vice president, Jeremiah Kmakun. I listened to him when he and Senator Koga having their own, you know, issues, power struggle, or whatever they have between them. And he said there is no minor minister. He said that Manon are not going to cabinet meeting. He said that. And then on the basis of that, he rejected, or he played to reject maybe Senator Koga listing or Senator Koga recommendation. He even mentioned Gonli Mabia and downplay his credential as well, and presented other people who have more degree than some of those things. Even though he also came out with a disclaimer that he got no right, you know, to appoint. That was a sharp contradiction in your own explanation. I listened to that. Having said all of those things, and then women pay to be taken from his position, and then not just being taken from his position, but being replaced with another person from Nima. I think if you want to do good for Nima, you don't have to dismiss people of Nima to give position to people of Nima. You are not doing anything good. When Prince Johnson left, he gave that position to a different person. So that is not taking position from Nima and giving it to another Nibayan, you know, as giver, as you know, or helping the people or try to maintain the solidarity in Nima. But it's just that I'm trying to believe that this president, the vice president, is trying to show that he has less or little interest in the people of Nima, which is not good. Which is not good. We are not stopping him from dismissing people. We are not stopping him from doing what he's supposed to do as a president. But if you are getting rid of people, there should be a reason. Because those people, they are not just there. Political position is also the business of patronage, especially with women play. Women play are very except short-lived. He made a turn with Dr. Cassette. But besides that, he has made sacrifice. A lot of sacrifices he made for Unity Party. And we even expected the previous Unity Party for women to get a ministerial position. He was not given. He was kept as a mere, you know, paper office. You're just playing with documents. And today, this government came into power. We were so excited to have women in that position, which he is qualified for, and to be taken from there without reason is confusing. We're still waiting. We are waiting the vice president, the president, or people who have the authority to come and let the people of Nima know. Women is a son of Nima. We get a huge vote. There are people that are enjoying position today. Their country don't even give something equal to what Nima gave. So you cannot remove Nibayan, like I said, to get Jordan Nibayan. If you want to bring man or whosoever or Gio or Mandingo from Nima in power, I mean, there are positions everywhere. Bring them. You don't have to dismiss anybody and create a confusion among the people of Nima. This is not fair to the people of Nima, and we are following it. We are following it, and we hope that Wimampe is not going far from this government. He will be called to work. He's qualified. He's competent enough. He has the experience and the expertise. He should be called back to work. You cannot disrespect in this manner. So with that, I will stop for now and listen to our fellow panelists.
Thank you so much. DK, I beg you, Mana Lorena is having network problem. Let's go to her, then you can come in. I beg you, Chief. Mana Lorena, let's hear you.
I'm not having network problem. EDC went and I was trying to put a chargeable bulb on. That's why I put my video. Yeah. So I would like to start with some things and then Minister Pay issue I will end it. So I would like to start with a statement that was made by Honorable Vice President Koo when he said Nima had only 2 ministers, and those 2 ministers are done. I would like to start with that statement. He spoke in context. I told him that one of the things that Senator Poga is saying is that he made recommendation to you, and the name was for the RG position, and the name was Bonnie Mambia, and you told him that it was not possible. And the VP wanted to explain, say, imagine we have 2 ministerial posts, and the 2 are done. Then on Nimba or deputy, the RG position is almost like a deputy position. He said then it was occupied by a minor man, and then the man resigned. So it is only right to bring in or qualify Nimbayan or how you call it, or man person. That was the appeal he made to the president. And the president asked him for names, and he sent in 2 names from the Man tribe. So he was not just speaking like, okay, because there are 2 down ministers, I must make sure there should be 1 man. Whether we have perception for people, but let's say, I guess it really had not asking, mentioning Senator Koga name, maybe you are just going to not talk about that whole thing. A purpose of going on the radio was for different things, and really as a state person, you can't tell the journalist, say, I'm not interested in that question, and that was a background. And we know, I don't know, you know, Conley is already working in the Ministry of Commerce as a deputy RG. Most often when I used to go in commerce ministry to Honorable Popo, I used to see him there. So so that was the background of that statement. And then number 2, I would like to come to the issue of Mistress Pay and Sales Comfort. Sales Comfort is a lecturer of public administration. So sometimes, no matter how we are pushed, no matter how we are hurt, there are certain things we don't see, because it says Comfort was just one regular person and made that statement. No people say, oh, the woman, she was so pushed because they want to do her husband, you know. But as a lecturer of public administration, I think it was below, you know, what I take off for, because I still take off for that. I think it was below that. And then number 2, when it comes to minister pay issue, it's like a wife and a husband had a confusion, and only the 2 of them in their room, and they fought. So the husband will explain his side of the story, the wife will explain her side of the story. So maybe they were explaining to it separately, and then you try to add 1 or 2, you bring the both of them together, and they explain it, and then you ask questions to establish facts. But unless you can do that, you cannot uprightly say he was targeted because he's from Nima, or the vice president was part of the conspiracy against him. I don't think it's a right judgment to give until you have found out what happened. I spoke with Benedict Quato. Benedict is one of my good junior brothers from Nima. Immediately somebody called me and said, yeah, I called Ben straight, because I knew calling Minister Pay, he will be overwhelmed with calls and things. Saying Ben was more accessible to me. I talked to Ben, we chatted. In fact, I want to even call, we chatted. So I said hi. I said, hi, Ben. He said, yeah, it says call. We started. I said, what's going on? And we talked, I got those messages. So from what he explained to me, the vice president was never part of whatever that happened. So for us to just, and Ben was, I don't know how to say, he administrative assistant. I think Ivy know Benedict Quato. He used to work at LRA as our manager, but then so Minister Pate carried him neither, you know, so he carried him alone. So from what I gather, how you call him, the vice president was never a part of it. And the chairman Pay pull it, our government court, our government appointed position is like a borrow court, because my first said the constitution I say the will pleasure of the president, it's like a blank check. So whatever they will, whatever you call it 2 a.m. to dismiss you, whatever it is, you know. So, but I want to say that was something, if you just watch me, if something happens and the people who are support high esteem, they are part of it, maybe I will avoid Facebook, the platform for 2 days, because I don't want to come and lie and back people who are not supposed to be backing them. I can say with all honesty, with all facts from what I gathered, that the vice president was not part of it, and it was not abrupt. It is something that have been going on for weeks, for months. It didn't just happen last week, and then chairman was dismissed. That's why I can also say for a fact. So we should be careful how we just.
Philomena, can I ask you, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
You said the rumor thing have been going on for some time. Who told you?
It really, yeah, so please.
Yeah, it
You
really,
said
yeah.
the
I also wanted to
dismissal
ask
was not abrupt.
my sister, but finish
But
well.
I'm yeah, funny. You want asking me? You want ask me to? Then who want? How? Yeah, already really.
I know DJ bluffing. My man, speak out loud so that we can hear you.
So I said, you said the women dismissal was not abrupt.
No, I mean, so it's not that maybe it happened on Monday, right? That maybe that Saturday, and Monday, somebody is this. It's not it. It's not it. And even according to Ben, women even passed on senior management team prior to that dismissal, and even told them, you know, what was going to happen. So that's what I wanted to say. But I can say for a fact that the vice president was not supporting. And I can also say for a fact that when it happened, when we said
Lorena, say Lorena.
I'm gonna that from my end.
If you, yeah, if you,
Hearing me?
Hey, that is really, it
Yeah,
really,
it really in Monrovia. It really, yeah, serious then.
Oh, okay.
every day. That why editing is going.
But I thought I really can get all the electricity. So why is he going for?
That's what I thought.
So, say, Lorena, can I ask you?
The heavy rain can get all the electricity.
You know, they want to ask me, and I'm part of my time. I just want you to know that. Yeah, go ahead, Shadrach.
Okay.
Okay, so I just wanted to understand. Usually, the president and vice president work concomitantly. Sometimes the president to take some major issue, he will consult the vice president.
100%.
So, considering the honorable vice president as the highest government official from NEMA, who has become like the arrowhead for NEMA and the attention or focus point for the entire NEMA. Yan was dismissed. There was no statement from him. Quincy Johnson was dismissed. There was no statement for him. So many people, and today it is women pay, and we are so. Are we saying that there is no cordiality or cohesiveness between he and his boss?
The question please. Okay, so between the vice president and his excellency, it is clear that you, even opposition, have a good relationship on what past and Taylor President Biaha that they were asking for 4 years. You can see that they have a closer relationship. And let me also remind you that Bwaka has openly said that he has you. I'm going to
We can't hear you. Yeah, the ring is very bad. Sorry, we can't hear you.
The weather is very bad, especially Monrovia.
It has a different role. It has a different role. What you doing?
The ring is really disturbing your background. Maybe after.
Well,
After we can bring you back.
We'll come back to you.
So DK, let's hear you, Chief.
My man, unmute yourself.
DK, you are muted.
So you hearing me now?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, say Lorena. Say Lorena. Wow, look at me now. I like that you weak. Yeah, so says Lorena. Vice President Kun didn't know about women dismissal and recommended Tingman. No. You know, I will stop there. That thing, and I'm blaming Kun.
DK, please be honorable. I beg you.
Yeah.
No ring to your star.
You guys hearing me now?
No ring to your star.
No, I'm on a computer, so maybe that a computer. You hearing me now?
We can hear you small, yeah. So stop there.
Oh, okay. Then let me go on the phone. Maybe that a computer. Let me
It's
go
getting much
on.
better. It's getting much better.
Yeah, just
I
talk.
hear you clear. I hear you clear,
Okay,
people.
so when somebody say women, the issue, women were just in America. Baraka cabinet. The brains in Baraka cabinet were just in America. Women returned to Liberia. It was not even a week when he was dismissed. That women thing, like Marcus said, when women open up, they will boss the army war in Lima. Look, Lorena, I hope I can have the opportunity to talk with the vice president soon. Some of thankfully the vice president know me in Liberia before. That women thing, that they dismissed women. Boo, Tingban need appear. Who is Tingban, by the way? Tingban is the one that have the institution to promote Vice President Kun. Tingban is the one that had the institution to promote Vice President Kun. So the bullet women, yeah, they whip. And they thought, you want me to pause? Then go ahead.
No, that you are talking to go ahead, uncle.
Yeah, so that
But
conspiracy.
Jean, while Lorena can't finish, you get DK one time.
No,
Oh,
she had fallen off.
On the phone now. They'll go ahead.
The ring was in the back there. That's why.
Lorena,
Yes.
you can join. Go ahead.
I think Jiggy fellow talk okay. Gafon black, the Gafon man from America, I'll make it.
So, Lavina, the only thing I want to say here is
I was saying, TJ, when we in now, saying they bring something. So as I was saying, from what I gathered, as I said, I chatted with Ben. It is unethical to say you will chat 10 people message to another person. I was into. It is not like, I mean, the VP is not a part of it. That's what I would say. And number one, it ain't like start on Saturday, then they dismiss and minister pay on Monday. And then number two, what I would say is that somebody talk about Prissy Johnson. Prissy Johnson was now technically he was in the place where he was. Prissy Johnson is the direct NSA director. I don't know, but I didn't follow the story. You saw the picture, how people went, people from the rescue government who are non-Nimbayan and felt that it was not okay for Nima to have the army, and then they went and paid and so go and call all kind of people calling the army women. The protest was
That was a political setup.
But I was saying to you,
It was a political setup to justify his doing.
So for the president to the people were not forced to put in there either for you to say it was a seller. So for the president to even saying to NSA is a bet. Technically, the Minister of Defense is a civilian pro. So sending him to NSA makes it gives him, increase, because I don't want to say gave because he already had that relevant. So it gave him, increase his relevance in the security sector. So Prissy Johnson is okay, very, very okay. Better than if he had remained as a Minister of Defense. Then number two, I want people to know that Chris Dubanya is not from Nimba. I know who let the Unguti, but he's not from Nimba. He's from River G County. He's not on Nimbayan. People can use Nya, people can use pay, people can use gay. They are not Nimbayan. They ask, and I've even seen people use that. Your staff force here, they teach you other Nimba, he's not from Nimba. And like one Netanyahu was dismayed, like I said, I made a point congratulating highlighting some of the things that he has done in the sector that I know of. In the same way, I want to say congratulations to Minister Pay, because Mass and Energy were looking for a big thing when he took over. I mean,
Now, Lorena, your background is really bad.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, so I told my new friend,
Yeah.
pretty
So
thing was in a better place, and Yana is not from Lima, and Bob President is part of the removal of Minister K. And I want him to speak. I would say, oh, he didn't speak, but when he speaks, and the other people start speaking, then you will know that, okay, all right, then you start talking yourself.
thank you. Jump.
TJ can go ahead, Chief.
So I didn't get it last time when she said when you want him to speak. Who she was talking about?
Say I want Minister Page to speak, he shouldn't be silent. I said, I will not, if I should suggest to him, encourage him to speak. Because when he speak, other people who are involved in the talk will want to speak. And then I will say, oh, okay. And also, the man says it's a borrow code. The owner of the code give it to him. They did the owner want borrowing. Maybe he try to say they can borrow it. They try to say, what the actor was speaking,
Oh,
speaking
okay.
to take back. That's what I'm saying.
So I didn't understand. I thought you were talking about the environment. Lorena, the women I know, the women Labua know. When women want to speak, when women want to speak, the world will know. People who are not even in Ibadan will know that when women want to speak. So women don't want to speak. When women are ready to speak, and women want to speak, the BBC, CNN, everything will be carrying women. So women are ready here to speak. I don't think he in a position now to speak. But my only thing I hear is that Nima oneness I said there can be acting here, we can be saying that here, laughing here that day. That thing is dead on arrival. That Nima oneness thing they're talking about. Look, with the appointment, the immediate appointment and replacement for women, if anybody tell you there was no motive, there was no desire, come on. Come on. Yeah. So that thing was planned, calculated, and executed in a timely manner. So anybody can go to Jerusalem and back. There was desire. My person said my first degree is in law enforcement and criminal justice. So the people will tell you for crime to be committed, the offender must have the desire, and you give him the opportunity. So desire plus opportunity equal crime. That's what we used to say. So that thing, there was a desire to kick him out, and a lot, and they are kicking women out. There are big names in Nima, that supported that. I'm not disappointed in them. To me, they are zero. I don't see them. They are nothing to me. My disappointment is in Braka. My disappointment is in JMB. Look, when somebody live their life for you and forgo silver and gold and everything, women was the one who rebranded Braka, rebirthed Braka, sacrifice, maintain the unity party. This is not the first time for Braka to fight women. Ellen, even up to this, was one of the powerful politicians in Africa, not even West Africa. Women stood the ground to Ellen for Braka, for the Unity Party. Unity Party name is there today. They even came back into power. There were people who made a sacrifice, who lived their life for that. And so some of us will speak because that chicken That logo you there, that chicken that in our party is from Booyah. That all lap.
If from
That
your
Jackson Fair, those chicken there. Yeah, from your, but the people who wrote the party constitution wrote it in black in blue. DK Wunsadi and the rest of those people. So that in your to there. So that chicken for lap. And you know what? Women then brought that chicken to Unity Party. That was, in fact, when he was speaking today, he spoke with passion. Though he frustrated, though everything that he had envisaged didn't happen, but he spoke because they took that our chicken from Nima, from Booyah, and brought it to town. And so most of us who are in Unity Party today, we are there because of that. The Nima Unity Party leadership, they are toothless bulldog, zero. They have nothing to offer the party. They are afraid of J. Kun and the J. Kun movement. And so J. Kun, there's no Unity Party in Nima. Even the Unity Party people who are in government now, that by God's grace, they are there. And the women say, code. Most of them they were even carry extra extra t-shirt on their coat. They will get them. You know what? What they're doing is that a big tree in the town, the ruler in there. And lastly, the people inside need to be careful. People like women, strong intellectual. I'm meeting that to talk about figure in Lima. When you call Tiawan, you call women. There's a integrity, intellectual powerness. So when you get rid of those people and you alone in the house, VP Kun, you need people around you that will do the talking and do the paperwork and present all sides. When you get rid of all of that, bring yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Those people, they'll be the door. Most of those people that is will be the door. They'll be showing the broom there to them. They move the chair on you. That broom, people will be going after that broom, the door. And they take you on, they take you off. I have the strong belief everybody can carry anything to him. When people not get nothing to offer me, the Unity Party not get nothing to offer me. I'm a member of the Unity Party. Kun is not careful. That fight. The people that celebrating him today, they get them any other offer, they will sell him. There will be a bigger fight before 2029. You can't get rid of all your best. You know what? We're not talking about one guy you're there yet. One guy at zero man. You find one guy you're here. That man are there him people. Party people. Yeah.
Mhm.
And you know why? Why people not talking about one guy you're fought Michael Sloan. That position you in. You want to get fair, you get fair. You thought your thing, you think you thought your own. I'm a time to turn my own. That position you get, they give it to Michael Sloan. So we are going to give it to Michael Sloan. He fought Michael Sloan. Pour on mute, Jill. Jill, pour on mute. Let me turn my thing. Pour on mute.
But we
She
can
point me to
you
up.
plenty, we gotta go.
Yeah, no, you're top plenty. I don't nothing. And Michael Sloan, man, that position, John Wiata, they give it to, he was to the college. They give that position to Michael Sloan. He took it from Michael Sloan. You know, now, everybody here, they not now John Wiata, and now Michael Sloan. He took it from him. So nobody care for him. Wallow when accused the government of killing PYJ in January. He said that black and then Kun then they want to kill PYJ because of war crime code. You fire the man in January, you bring him October. 10 months later, So the thing Wallo said that you go kill people are just true. Or kill that man, the property, the damage, the children then in court all over the place, buying plenty cow to go marry away with the man when the children they can't get dollar to eat or kill the man with your walk. That's what Wallo say. Then your bro Wallo again, what beat you again. There'll be a fight in Nima.
Well, if they are now giving water joy with spinning again, so I know what they good for you in the master. In fact, for you, I'm gonna say you because I you.
Yeah, you guys just begin other people will say TK. Say TK.
Because what is what job like whatever they concern, what they get joy say
It was
because it
not my
says
concern. It was not my concern.
Marcel, what am I concerned? It wasn't my concern, sir.
Yeah, because I jobless. I jobless. I didn't jobless being will be my concern. I jobless. So I didn't jobless will be my concern.
the essence of your discussion by saying you don't care about that one kind of dismissed. That one guy is as educated as women or even more than women, or let's say each of them in
Can
our own field.
can you mute Lorena? Let me finish. You will talk. Mute her.
You come to the and say that the one guy you don't care about him, you
mute
contradict
her.
of your very
Mute her.
Madam Lorena,
I'm here to satisfy you and walk here. I'm here to satisfy you and walk here. While you are talking your thing, I was sitting down here.
They know that you have
tell my recording to them. Say walk here. He say he don't care for you. I don't care for him because he honor my other Nibaden before. He honor my other Nibaden before.
Your discussion.
How can you Lorena now?
Being dismissed, then you say the other Nibaden, you don't care for him. You contradict yourself. So
you want to mute Lorena? The women pay thing we're talking because they give it to one Nima man and one can you did it to another Nima man. That one when they fire with Tingma, I will not care because they told job for one Nima man give it to him.
Yeah.
So Lorena just disturb me. I'm not getting my point across. You're not muting Lorena. Lorena told nobody, huh?
Madam Lorena, I beg you. Madam Lorena, we gotta go. I beg you. Let's hold you there, Madam Lorena.
Junior, Madam Junior.
Let's talk. DK, in 1 minute, conclude for us, please.
Yeah, Lorena, conclude for me. I'm done.
No, I beg you, Chief. Conclude for us.
Don't go Shadrach Orena. The other Shadrach.
Who wake up Shadrach? No, I'm just joking. You think I think Lorena talking here? So again, like I said, there will be a lot of fight. People I respect him. He saw those better garden. I want to women play today that I feel were fine. All of them behind that thing. Don't take them serious. They were excited. Most of them were in chat room. They were calling good call. Oh yeah, women mean. They were excited. Most of the young people were excited, writing. Lorena then all kind of group call. They were calling, discussing that thing. So they were happy for women to be dismissed. Thankfully, Baka got rid of 3 and brought 3. He brought Yan Martin and brought Wallo and brought Tingma, which is good. So the one that in government, they need to do well. The only position I'm feeling sorry for is because maternity replaced women. Other than that, I'm not saying anything about it. I'm happy that they fire that one tell your man before because he told job from Slevin. That's why I'm happy for him. When they fire Tingma, I will say the same thing. So when you see one can you say that what DK said.
Thank
you. So that's my point there. Not because I hate him. Nothing. You're not doing nothing for me. I know him. I see him before. Nothing. So I care for him. Thank you very much.
Thank you, DK. CEO coming there very shortly before.
Yeah, mine. I don't have much. Again, I just want to say thanks to everyone for coming. 2 points that I want to highlight. One of them is the point that Lorena made about Madam Pei stating that the statement basically underscoring the statement that she made without her being there. You can't be in the truth. We are in no position to question someone's wife, someone that is married to this person, educated person, comes out, take her time, go on Facebook, write something, and then we question that. I don't think that's fair to her. I believe everything she wrote there, she meant what she wrote. She knew what she wrote, and she's actually writing what she knows. So I don't think it's fair for us to question that part. Now, to my second point too is Mafasin said something. No, Mafasin is a born UP, so we reference him a lot. He said something, or he insinuated something about the Unity Party, the current government targeting something, or something like fear that they are targeting the Mayans. You know, mentioned something about maybe they thought Dr. Yan was a Nemayan, that's why they went after him. Now we won't pay. And he also alluded that if Gafwan was a Nima County man, he would have been let go too by now for what he stood for. So that also speaks volume to Nima people. And I think DK also said that, you know, everything that's happening, there's no way you can divorce this from our VP. You like it or not, you can sugarcoat it, you can spin it, turn it upside down. VP has his hands in this. He knows about it. He's aware of everything. Shadra said it. Alosha said it. You know, DK said it. I mean, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to know that. He's aware of it. And I think it's wrong. He needs to do better, especially when it comes to letting go of prominent Nima County people. You got Warrior Duna, you got Zotan Titus, you got Larry Yonkwe, you got, I mean, the list goes on, and you add in the Women Pay to it, you know, in a way that we have no reason. And I really hope that I chatted with the big brother himself. I really hope that he speaks. He speaks out. I really hope he says something, because if he doesn't, the speculation will be out there. People have already started saying things, you know, accusing me negatively about this, the 300 that he gave to Costa, and all that stuff. So I still believe that he has to come out and say something. Knowing him, following him over the years, I think he will say something. He has to say something to be able to clear his character. But overall, I think it's wrong. It's not a good thing for Nima County. I mean, even those in position, folks that I've talked to, I work for the government, at Unity Party, MDR, FOJ, the folks that I've talked to, they are all shocked. I just very few people know about this dismissal, and there have to be a reason why this happened. I know the VP knows about it. So I will stop there and then let you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, CEO. Before we go to Grace, I want to say my 1 cent. I will still go back to my same statement yesterday and say Honorable Tingma is capable, but he shouldn't be confirmed for that position. The place he is, the position in which he places himself in currently by owning a mining company and going to serve as Minister of Mines and Energy, I think that is not appropriate. It is very bad. And if the Senate confirm Honorable Tingman based on any other reason, maybe he gave his company to XYZ president to operate, I would be disappointed in them at the highest level. Now, going back to where people are saying the vice president is aware, he's not aware, other people saying what is going on currently in the government, the president doesn't know about it. Let me say this to the UPist and this administration. One thing that led to the removal of George Weah, former President George Weah, wasn't because he was bad, but quote unquote people around him at that time. People said the folks he had around him, they were not good. They were not advising him very well. That was some of the reason they removed George Weah. You look at a very educated person like Dr. Grace, and you remove him. No genuine reasons. Now you're looking at Wilmot Pay, you're removing him. No genuine reasons. Then coming now to a point on our Tingman, who has created a political movement to sing praises to the vice president, and we want to call that appointment fair. No. Liberia will not improve with the way we are going. You got prominent songs and doctors in Nima that did zoology, that did all of the courses there. You could appoint them. Mafasin know those people. Very great sons and daughters. But Tingma, who has his own mining company, And what bothers me a lot is that Tingman was also like a director before in this entity. What is it that he didn't do? I mean, the Senate should follow the track records on our Tingman, and I want to urge them not to confirm him. Like I said on this platform, I will personally take the initiative. The recording we have in our possession, I will share with all of the senators. If I don't have their contact, I will share with people that have their contact that this honorable man has his mining company, and it is unethical, it is uncalled for to confirm such a person to serve as Minister of Mines and Energy. He will use that ministry to enrich himself. He will use that ministry to carry his company up to tax. He shouldn't be confirmed. He's competent, he's capable, but where he is currently, let him be there. Let him run his Nima Solidarity movement. Let him go on with that, but not to go serve in government that you're supposed to serve for the people, and you will turn that around for your personal benefit. Brother Mavasi, you can attest to that. Some of you people who yesterday you ran campaign, but today you are behaving professional. They're not giving you a job. But those ones who are all in the media, attacking every single individual in the media, those are the ones calling for job. But you, the professional one that want to stay and work in the interest of the Liberian people, they deem you guys unnecessary. They say, no, these people will not work for us. They want to work for the Liberian people. In fact, what is Mavasin doing? Since the campaign, Mavasin has been quiet. He's not speaking out. People attacking us. Mavasin is not coming for our defense. But on our Tingman, when they attack us, he will go there for our defense. Mavasin is in the same group chat with on our Tingman. When things come against us, Mavasin can't go there. But on our Tingman can go there. So we give on our Tingman job to repay. That's what's happening. That is exactly what's happening. So now we young people that are looking up to people that on our Tingman end, that send a message that tomorrow Junior or Chris go to establish a group and start attacking other people, and the government will give you a job to go and serve. But I will take the initiative and share that recording where he said, I have a mining company. And I know Senator Dillon and the other people will not sit there for it to happen. So we will watch the process. If it's confirmed, then I don't think Liberia will improve right now. But I will stop here for now and go to Chris to take us.
Can I beg you, before Chris comes, you got to hold me a witness. Let me play my witness role while I'm here.
Okay, Chief, go ahead.
You know, quite frankly, I was one of those who had problem with the president when Tingman was not giving job at the very start or at the very formative stage of this government. I like to be fair in my discussion, my analysis and stuff like that. Like any other person, Tingman paid the price when it comes to the Unity Party arrangement. He did exceptionally, extremely well. And to own a company, no one knows that you're going to be appointed in government position. So you can't be rejected on the basis of owning a company. I think you know about the Trump dynasty. He was appointed president. He turned the torch over to his son, Donald Jr. And so you will not tell somebody, don't open a company when you don't know the future if such a person will be appointed. Now, it left with Tingman himself how to transition his company and himself, and to establish that dichotomy between his company and his, official capacity as an employee of government. But you will not penalize me because I have a company. Then it means I should not do government job. I can give my company out. And you don't even know the nature of the company. He could be the major shareholder and say, yes, I have a company. And by virtue of his appointment, he could sell a major share to whoever in the company goes on without him, and he goes to do his public job. So the impartial nature in the discharge of his official duties will determine the conflict of interest. But you can't reject him.
My person, just 1 minute. Can I hold you there and just inject, please?
Yeah.
Okay, so for those who read law, decisions in legal matter mostly are based on precedents.
Yeah.
And when you're discussing our geopolitics, you understand that the political atmospheres in the West is not the same as what we have in Africa.
Yeah.
It's not 100% the same as what we have in Africa. Yeah. So I heard you speak of his drawing the line of dichotomy between his company and the interest when it comes to effectuating the right decision. Now, before we go to that, I want you to know that one of the key reasons for which Honorable Fanatic Kofa, the former speaker, was asked or was dismissed or booted out is because they felt that this same conflict of interest, he has had so many companies that were coming before the judiciary or before the legislature for questioning. You cannot be a speaker and at the same time serving as counselor for those companies that come before you. So who's going to be the ref and who's going to be the player? Back to the case of Tingba. Why it is true, I adore him, I've congratulated him, but let's cut spade a spade. You cannot, the function of the Minister of Mines and Energy is to guide, to direct, and to put into place what the mining ministry is to do or that the mining companies are to do. Tingba said on his show that I own my own mining company.
Yeah, that's what he said.
He did not say I am a shareholder, or he said I owned. Meaning if not 100%, but there is nothing less than 90% he owned within that company.
Okay.
Okay. So being a majority share, I'm coming. I'm coming. Do you expect a Tingba to say tomorrow when there is an illicit money going on, or when there is a decision to be taken against his money company, when he has that mantle to execute that decision? That's conflict of interest. So until he can relinquish that company, he must not be confirmed.
Okay, now you've made your point, but I see no point of injection. Like you went to the Fanatic Kofa case. Fanatic Kofa did not leave the speakership on the basis of owning a company. No, it was part of the counts. But what did the Supreme Court say? The Supreme Court ruling is contrary to your point, and Fanatic Kofa ended up resigning. Now, let us not dwell on the Fanatic Kofa's case. That's what I said. Clearly, it left with Honorable Tingba how he handles his company. He could sell that company today. It's no longer his. So you can't be talking about the issue of interest. He could even will it to somebody you carry it. He has no decision into it. It's not.
But that should be done before his confirmation.
Now, to say because he owned a company, he should not be appointed. No, for me, I believe people at Tingba who stood shoulder to shoulder for the Unity Party, who did the extraordinary thing for the Unity Party. There are no one in the Unity Party is more better than him. It's just that he's coming into government. Somebody was removed who happens to be a son of Nima and Tingba for Nima. But in a way, I see government job from a more different perspective altogether, because that's national job. Is he not a Liberian? He is. Suppose he refused, I can't do the job, they take it and give it to the man from Cape Town. What do we stand to benefit as a community, as a county? So these are some of the basics you should look at. But I do not think that he should not do the job. I do not again think that he should not be confirmed. Tingman should be confirmed, and I know he will be confirmed because the legislators, when you serve in the House of Representatives or Senate, they have that unwritten understanding as part of their standing rule. Whenever you come by in different clothing, it's a matter of must you'll be confirmed. So you have never seen former representative, former senator be minister and rejected. No way. They will confirm on Tingman. And I will want those of us from NIMA, our approach to him should be a bit more different. We should treat him without that utmost acceptance as part of us, and should not make him should not make demon out of him. He's done no wrong. The person that our anger should be directed to is Omen Boaka. For me, my anger against Omen Boaka is not just on the basis of removing Wilmot, but it's on the basis of reciprocating good. Wilmot has been there. Wilmot was there. Wilmot was Boaka, in fact. Initially, when Ellen said to the UN, when Ellen said generational change, she meant it. Ellen wanted power to transition to a younger person. But Gavon has interest. Amara Kone, relationship with President Sirleaf Song, Robert was overriding Gavon's interest. Frustration came. Gavon resigned. It was on this day that women said, no, the most person with the cloud that we can inject into the picture to dilute Manasari's interest in Amara Kone is Boaka. That's how Boaka came into play. And they stood by him in every way. You can't betray someone who laid their life down for you. And this is not the first time. Ellen supported women to be chairman. And Boaka supported Wisner, who were leaving Toronto, Cummins for money against Wilmot in Ganta. At the SKD Sports Complex. Everybody knows the story. Yet, Wilmot stood. He got fried by Ellen because of that. Then you come now to denigrate that young man, to present his image, his character to the rest of Liberia as someone who is what? That level of betrayal is very much counterproductive. And that's why sometimes I caution young people, don't just follow people blindly. Know who you're following. Now, I'm made to believe in 2017 when we were campaigning, when Superintendent Dan D. Dorkopo went to the CDC, he said, Boaka hates Nimbaya to their boom. I personally countered that statement at Radio Sacré during the campaign time. So I think Dor was right. Because his president as vice president, all material representation was from Nofa for Liberia. And the mountain is in Nima. So the Nibayans, we're selling our soul to the devil. That's wrong. And we should say it. If our people who are in government, who are close, we antagonize us for saying it, at least we have said it. It didn't give our job, fine. It didn't give our job, that's our country. We owe it to our country. But it is see us as critical based on saying the fact. That's again okay. When they pray, my children will eat. But we should be fair. So Nibai should accept Tingman with open arms. He's one of us. Tingman did not appoint himself. Tingman did not remove Wilmot. He doesn't have that authority. The authority is Boaka's. and he executed it, even though to the wrong person. So that's
Thank
my
you.
witness. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. I beg you, we're going out of time. Be brief
So,
for us and let's go home.
yeah, I beg you before. Yeah, I know we're going out of time. Please, just a second, please. Papa Singh, I want us to understand that absolutely none of us, or I used to say, Soya speak for himself. Somebody play something in the background, please. Okay. During that time, we used to say, every Soya speak for himself. So, if not all of us, or if not every one of us, I, for one, I am not against Tingba appointment. Neither am I against his confirmation. But I want you to know that according to our organic law of Liberia, in as much as we want an Imbalian to be practically seated, but that should be done in a way that there will not be a caricature or that we won't be mocked. Okay, according to our organic law within Liberia, you cannot have an existing business that has direct functionality within the company or the ministry that you hear. Do your research. That's conflict of interest. I cannot be the transport minister of Liberia and then I have a car rental company that will be renting government car from my own company. No.
So who get put it clean it? And Louis Potter, her husband, they get clean it, and she now health minister. Have you thought?
Professor Ansu, the Minister of Education, during CDC time, he got a high school. There was no problem.
No, I didn't know you to go that time. Who got put it clean it on Benson Street?
Lorena, please protect me.
No,
Lorena, okay, continue. I'll do it in my closing. So I don't want to. Okay, I'll do it in my closing. I'll continue my closing because Lorena has hijacked me and she's on my neck. I'm not even breathing.
Shadrach, this is our closing. Shadrach, this is our closing. We've gone out of time.
Yeah.
Shadrach, close 2,000.
This is our closing, Shadrach. Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, let me say good evening to everyone. You know, the issue about Tingba, I know people want to, the DK was.
The main Fago get network problem?
Oh, yeah.
Lorena, y'all get network problem, Fago?
Chris, which part of Fago you are?
They got lions and lions, and one of them not joining your phone.
I come in. So when it's happy, I call Lorena on the team in America here. They're not meeting her. But I'm not talking on the show. You know, Gaffer have group, right? Gaffer group is highly supported. I come in. Gaffer group is highly supported.
That what can happen. They not so Liberian. They plenty not put on there. No network.
So y'all let me close on here and then we'll go.
No, right? We just show up on the issue. So as I said for the beginning,
so Liberians, there no network.
Yeah, they tell that Morgan and
never, yeah, I don't know. That's the L'Oreal calling me.
Yeah, my phone in I will money that for. I using my other phone. The other one in
me. See, all I say, L'Oreal keep calling me. I was saying the so there's no way that the female are aware of removal or we won't pay. He's aware. My only disappointment is the money Richard Daly to turn Nima man in a position like think about all my we won't pay. People think that way. Think I will be the good son of Nima. We are part of him. But the procedure that have been done or have been made, it kind of shows out there that think about all my we won't pay. They like it or not. They wouldn't have been a coon. Because the movement of coon continue to now is head of a team. So all these things are in the tool. They are trying to promote
People come to the now. So I told about a man company. I know he have met it on the show. He has company. It's another company interest. It depends. But again, the government, we don't government ever deny the government hearing. We don't government ever deny. Someone when I feel out of the government, when you go to the government, they will confront the person. Minister still went there. He said, pray no point now where you get set up a worker. So people lie to the government, all they confirm. People lie to the government, all they confirm. Unqualified will be confirmed. So end of the team will be confirmed in the process. But again, when we pay people out, I said it to you before. That I'm not get rid of you happy. The never can come up the next is more yay. I had those information, I had it. But again, new people who will learn the highway. They're gonna use all the kind of power, Boga use all the kind of power. Then all the position going to vacate. They're using Nima men against Nima people. Why you can't remove Gafua and bring another family? Why only Nima? Why can't remove no family and bring the family position? They put the Nima people against each other because the supporter of women pay with and material team on the money and boss. That's bad. And not because I put a Nima to be happy. But the money which have been made. So like you put a Nima people against each other for each other. That kind of shows out there. So when I talk about the wife of woman pay, not the one she's a broker. She understands the procedures. She understands the penalty procedure. She understands administrative law. 303. So coming up with that stuff, she understands what she's going for.
Why she couldn't stand by? Why she pray down?
So because your call, we know what I did behind closed door. We don't do the show.
She was intimidated. She was intimidated.
Yeah, she was intimidated.
She even tried to repost it, but she was still intimidated.
Even the minister still called the woman to post that. The minister said, he said, I'm telling you the we know. So the issue is, the woman, she was rather still by her husband. You know, to do that time, I said, when you marry, still by your wife or your husband. Woman is going through a lot right now. I know you will not count.
One Councillor Kura was removed and replaced by Duna Sedition from Nima State and not by Nima not lost. But now in the case, they want also say no, we not want.
But that's what you came to redeem. That's what you came to rescue. You are not to dwell on the past because you are a rescuer.
Do you prefer that?
So what happened yesterday? You are here to face it.
It's not a different thing. He knows the sector as well. That's why I don't know why you're point of
We agree yesterday was bad. The word rescue means you came to redeem.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go beyond this because
what happened yesterday.
Yesterday was good, and I still said if the person remove.
I beg you, let Grace close to go.
It's wrong.
So you is wrong, and I want to us. That's wrong to you.
Yeah, but yesterday was Councillor Crow.
You
always say it's wrong. So you are wrong.
Yeah. The problem is you put around VP, you want to be in your interest. That's wrong. We just speak our mind. We just speak the other power.
I wanted to be my intro be a minister because I qualify most of the ministers they get, most of the female ministers they get qualified as compared to some of them. So if I wanted to be my intro be a minister, you don't know me. If you know me, you say, yeah, Lorena, you tough person. So just okay.
Lorena, come back.
So, gentlemen, it has been a great show. I think Chris is having some network problem. When we come back tomorrow.
No, thank you.
They lie for y'all maintenant join you. Put him up for y'all maintenant. So lie and talk in that time. I enjoy graceful.
It has been a really great show. Hope to see you guys.
But you know, Timba had this company for more than 10 years. It's now a new company. So it's now